Giants have it. Lawrence Taylor struck the ball. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
And that's my cue to start the show. Welcome to another edition of the Hard Rock and Sports Show, live from high atop Hard Rock and Sports Studios in beautiful scenic Monroe, New Jersey. This is our, hold on a second, 3-hour weekly get-together. We bring you all the biggest news from around the worlds of hard rock, heavy metal, of course, the wide world of sports. And are you ready for some football? That's right, folks. It seems like a minute and a half ago, Jeff and I were signing off from our Super Bowl edition of the Hard Rock and Sports Show. We wound up the 2021 season. Well, we're about to kick off 2022, and boy, oh boy, did it get here fast. Summer's gone. We're heading to fall, and of course, that means football, and we got a great show for you tonight. We'll break it all down for you. We're going to get you the Jets, the Giants. We're going to go over their schedules together. We're going to give you our predictions for the league. We'll go division by division. We'll give you some big games for the week, and of course, we will talk about all the big things. Of course, the first thing would be the absolute disgrace that is the New York Football Jet coach, Robert Saleh. And let me show you the back page of the Post. Look at this. Flip Wilson. Look at that. Jets go from saying Zach could play in week 1 till he's out in week 4. Boy, oh boy, this is a disgrace. I will be bringing this to you all the way through. We'll talk about Aaron Judge and his pursuit of 61. And we'll get much more and more of that when we get on. Jeff's got to take care of a little business. Let me get my dad on right away, and let's talk a little baseball to start the show, even though it's the football edition of the Hard Rock and Sports Show. Let's get my dad on the phone. Hey, Pop.
Hey, Tom. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's going on, Dad?
No, not much. Getting ready for football.
I would say the answer to that is yes, Dad. I mean, listen, we got a little football tonight. Should be a very good football game, I would think. And we got Jets and Giants this Sunday. We kick off the season with this weekend, and that should be a lot of fun. We still got some meaningful baseball. We got a lot of football. We got Aaron Judge chasing 62. Should be a lot of fun.
I tell you, the more I watch it, I got to give this Judge all the credit in the world.
Okay.
Because technically, he's on a team right now that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got, what do you got, 6 rookies?
Well, here's what I would say. I don't think it sucks. I just think that they're reft with injuries, and they're playing a lot of guys out of the minors.
No, I'm not disputing
what they're
doing.
It's a minor league team.
But you talk now, I saw when Maris was playing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you couldn't pitch around him because you had Mickey Mantle behind him. You had Bill Scowen. You had Hector Lopez. So they couldn't walk him.
Yeah, sure.
So that's why I said I give him more credit than I did with Maris.
Right.
Not saying that what Maris did wasn't
great. Sure.
But I think
you look at Judge last night, and he I think he had 4 walks, 3 of them were intentional walks. I mean, and until people start hitting in front of him and back of him, he's going to have a hard time getting a pitch to hit. And it's going to affect them down the stretch. They got to get some guys back healthy and playing. I mean, that's the bottom line. Or these young kids got to step up.
Well, it's very hard, and I give them a lot of credit, these kids, because you're playing under a lot of pressure. And I don't know what team this is. Is this the real Yankees, or was the one before everybody got hurt? Were those the real Yankees? Who's going to show up for the playoffs?
Bob, who's playing for the Yankees is the question. So if everybody's back and healthy, Rizzo, LeMahieu, Carpenter, if everybody's back in the playoffs and everybody's healthy, we're going to see if this team. But again, they've been out. Some of these guys have been out for 2 months. I mean, I like to bash the Yankees sometimes too, but in this particular case, all I can say is, if you're Cashman and Steinbrenner, what could you do? You put a team out there at the All-Star break. They were talking about 120 wins, and now
I don't
you're
blame,
looking to get to 100.
I don't blame Steinbrenner.
Yeah.
I don't blame or Cashman. I think what they're doing, they did what they did last year, the year before. They came up with guys, they played, and they got what they could get out of them. I just, you don't know who's who. Is this when these guys come back? Because none of these guys are really, they're just not superstars. Besides Judge, there's nobody on that team
Well, even the regular team, let's be honest, the regular team, Rizzo's a good player, LeMayo's a good player. Maybe you want to call Stanton a superstar. I would question that. But, this team, even when it was winning tons of games, there wasn't superstars up and down the lineup. You just had a bunch of guys playing really well. Now those guys are either hurt or not playing as well. So, I mean, listen, they're going to make the playoffs. What they're going to be in the playoffs, I don't know. It's going to be a crapshoot right now. This team is hurting. I mean, listen, you see the laundry list of players who are out. I mean, there are more guys on. There are just as many guys on that thing as there are on the regular roster. There are 20-something guys who are spending time on the DL, and you're just not going to win that way. So, hey, come on, hey. So, let's before I get too far along, let's bring on my co-host and the sexiest man on his side of the screen as we get ready for some football tonight, the Hard Rocket Sports Style. We will be bringing you lots of talk. We'll break down the Jets and the Giants. We'll give you our opinion on their schedules. We'll make our picks for the season. And I'm going to count everything we do tonight, and I will be bringing it up to Jeff along the way. But there's no better way to start the show besides having my dad on to get my partner in crime, Mr. Jeff Towinski, on. What's up, Jeff?
First of all, hello, Mr. Floro. How are you?
How are you, Jeff? How you doing?
I'm fine. How's it going today?
Very good, very good.
I want to apologize in advance.
With what?
Here we go.
You're going to find out.
There we go.
For what a fucking slow, retarded person your son is.
Well, because I
Fake
showed you the
fucking
truth.
news.
Because I
What,
showed you the truth.
Why? Because they said that they're going to possibly start in week one.
No.
That is the only paper that you fabricated.
Let's
said
call it right.
Mhm.
The guy came out there and said there's a chance he could play in week one, and a day
That's what-
later,
that's like saying if I go and play lotto, there's a chance I can hit it too. What's the difference?
and a day later, because that says that he ain't playing for 3 weeks to a month.
So
I
what?
mean, oh
This
my
is something I knew in the beginning of the week.
Oh my God, this is
Beginning of the
disgraceful.
week.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
I'm going to leave you guys.
Oh,
No, you gotta mediate this. You can't go
No.
nowhere.
what is
Oh,
this?
yeah,
You got
yeah.
a coach who doesn't even know if his starting quarterback is that close to being ready to play. It's
Listen,
disgraceful.
wait a minute, Tommy.
Yeah.
Baseball sports is noted for making up ailments. Look
Yeah.
at what's his name? The pitcher for the Mets. Where did you ever hear your left side is tired and your right side is not?
I
Come on.
got you. I'm with you.
They
But-
make up
but,
these diseases as they go along.
I agree.
I understand what Jeff's saying, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
They
Well, you
can never be honest about
You
it.
can't be the
They
head
should.
coach of the football team and not know that your starting quarterback is 3 weeks from playing, not 1 week.
Maybe.
Not even
They already
close.
said that. They already said that.
God,
They
it's
already said that.
disgrace.
Maybe if you didn't get all your news from that fucking rag publication that you read, then you would have been up on it. What is that? It's like that's fucking like the Islander or something that you got there. Get the fuck out of here with that thing. What?
What a disgrace! I got video. You want video of your coach? I got video of him saying,
Doctored
no,
video.
He might be
Doctored
ready.
video.
We're going to see how he reacts. Wait a second. We're going to see how he reacts to working out. Oh, by the way, his reaction to working out was he can't play for another month. What?
What do you think he's going to say, Tom? What do you think he's going to say?
This isn't week to week. This wasn't like, well, if he can't play week one, he might play week two. He can't play week one, so he might be back later in the season. What happened? Wait a second. What are you talking about? How could you go from he might play Sunday to it's a month away? It's disgraceful.
How did I know? How did I know
does
that
he
he was
even know
going
where
to
the
miss
building
the
is?
first 4 weeks of the season?
Does he know?
What do you think?
where
I
the
just
building
made it
is?
up?
Has he ever been to the building yet? Has he shown up for a game or practice?
I don't have
it
to show
sounds
up for
like-
the fucking
No,
practice.
him.
Look
I'm
at
asking if
Pinter.
has your coach showed up for a practice yet? That's what I want to know. Because he doesn't seem to know where his team is right now.
Meanwhile, the New York Giants.
Oh, don't bring
Look
up
at all
the
the shit
Giants.
there. You know what? Do you
Now
know what the
we're-
definition
now
of
we're ripping the
insanity is?
Now we're ripping the Giants.
I'm asking your dad a question.
Oh my God!
Do you know what the
What's that,
definition of
We
insanity
call it
is?
deflection.
Well, it's trying the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different results. So, in other words, they're insane for starting Daniel Jones for
Oh, my
the fourth year in a
God.
row. Meanwhile, the guy ain't done shit in 4 years.
Oh,
Like it's going to change.
This
And
is-
they made sure that they cut ties with him next year. They didn't pick up that 5th year, but they got him again as the quarterback. And who's the only one that wants to invest in a Daniel Jones jersey? That guy right next to you on the screen. Yeah, there you go. Not him. The one you're hiding behind, Zach Wilson. Saint Zach. Don't hide behind Saint Zach.
Oh, another injury-prone, wasted pick for the New York Jets, and they have a quarterback who hasn't even seen him. He hasn't even been to the building, obviously, because he thought he might play Sunday, and he's not playing for a month. Oh my God, it's disgraceful. I don't even know how to talk about it. I don't even know how I'm going to talk about this tonight. All night long, I'm going to talk about
You don't know
it.
what the fuck you're
Listen,
talking
I
about.
got the Yankee game is on. I got to watch the Yankee game.
Go ahead, Pop. You don't want to be around
I'll
the
see you
season.
guys. I'll see you over the
You
weekend.
don't want to
Bob.
be here. You don't
You
want
got
to
it,
be
Bob.
here, Mr. Floyd. You don't want to be here for this now.
Yeah.
Go home where
Take
it's safe.
care, buddy.
See you, Pop.
See you later.
That's my daddy checks in every week with us. Again, folks, just for you guys tuning in right now, if you haven't noticed it, Robert Salah hasn't met his quarterback yet. He thought that he might show up for practice on Tuesday and actually play Sunday, and then realize, oh, he's still in this other month. I shudder to think what the rest of the Jet season is going to look like when you start that out that way. Jeff, how was your week?
Fine up into this bullshit.
Oh, should we play the video of it? Because I have video of him saying all of this.
So play whatever you want.
Oh,
I don't give a fuck.
what a
Play whatever you want.
You know what is? I almost don't want to disgrace you and your team.
No, go ahead. Put it on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Put it on.
It's a
I
disgrace.
don't give a fuck. What do you think the guy is going to say? What do you think he's going to say?
The
He's
truth.
starting
How about the
quarterback.
truth?
He's
don't
starting
think-
a quarterback.
How about this? We have no idea when he's going to be ready. We're going to give him a try, but I have no idea when he's
So
actually going to be
what?
ready.
So what is it? That's what he said. What is he going to? What do you think you're going to say days before the first game, when the guy you're starting is your number one quarterback, Joe Flacco, hasn't won an opening day game in like 17 years.
I'm going to show you exactly what.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm going to
Isn't he like 0-18 Flacco in his last 18 starts?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Here's how easily you
Hold on, I'm going to bring that up for you in a second. I'm just working my way over to it.
felt good.
Hold on.
Robert Saleh said the Jets put Zach Wilson through a workout this morning and that it went well. Everything looked good and felt good. And now they're just waiting to see how his knee responds today and tomorrow. And then we will have a decision on whether Zach is playing on Wednesday. I've maintained over the last few weeks that a week 1 return seems too soon, but I trust the Jets staff to make the right decision. They know how important this year is for both Zach and the team. They're just going to announce whether he's playing or not.
Hold on.
Could you play the fucking clip?
I did. Hold on.
You're playing some third world fucking guy reading off a piece of paper that he found on the curb.
And we'll have an answer for everybody on Wednesday.
So there's a possibility he could play on Sunday. Is what
Possible.
Is that?
No, I want to see the video. This could be, see the video.
Hold on.
This could be doctored.
I'm watching it. You're watching the
That
video.
means nothing. That means nothing to me.
Hold on. I'm going to share it for you because I want you to see.
Please, I want to see it.
I'm going to show it to you right now.
And hello, guys. Hello, Mike. Hello, Robert Finelli. You believe what he's doing?
Hold on. Here it is. Let me rewind it.
So when you say
Hold on.
We're going to see how the knee responds today and tomorrow, and we'll have an answer for everybody on Wednesday.
So there's a possibility he could play on Sunday. Is what
Possible.
Is that surprising at all, Robert, given what the kind of initial prognosis was?
No. Everyone heals differently. It's like I said, we'll see what happens tomorrow and all that stuff. But everyone has a different.
He should just admit that he hasn't seen Zach Wilson in about 7 weeks.
First of all, he looks is about as interested in his interview as getting his cock smacked with a prick.
He lies. He lies. Hold on. Let's finish the rest of the lies. That was more lies.
Yes, because we're going to base all of this on a minute and 3 seconds video or whatever it is.
Put on our,
Can't even hear it.
their guidelines, but everyone responds differently, I guess.
So when you say you guys worked them out, like what does that entail exactly?
Just putting them through some workouts, running, and all that stuff, and I mean whatever they do. I wish I'd
He wasn't even there. Look at this. He's admitting he wasn't even there. What a disgrace! Holy cow! I shouldn't even do the show tonight. I shouldn't even do the show with a man who roots for a team where a coach doesn't even show up to watch his number one quarterback work out to see if he's going to be ready to play. He just brings a load of horse shit. This is disgraceful.
Get your phone up. I just sent you something. Wait for it to go off and then watch it. I want to see your face.
Just went off. Let's see what he wrote. That's your best answer. That's your best answer. Now I got this half a happy horse shit with the Jets. The guy did it. This is what I'm gonna do for you. We're gonna call the Jets next week on the show, and we're gonna offer Robert Saleh, I'm gonna offer him directions and a ride to the Jets facility so he can show up for a change. Because if you don't even know that your quarterback is still 3 weeks away, what a disgrace! If this was Joe Judge, you would be screaming your ass off about this. Now it's Robert Saleh. Oh, Robert Saleh.
First of all, I do not give a flying fuck what Joe Judge does. All right? And just because you're worried about Robert Saleh, you don't even know who the fuck your coach is. That you're saying Joe Judge. Okay? Joe Judge isn't even in the fucking NFL as a head coach.
I can't bring Brian Dable into this. Dable's an actual real
Brian
coach.
Gay boy.
He shows up. Oh, my God. You got a coach, doesn't even know that his guy's not even close to playing.
Bastion Booger. He looks like Bastion Booger from the WWE.
What a disgrace. Folks, I am ashamed that my friend of 40 years is wearing that disgraceful hat. The only thing worse.
You want to really? Here. I'm going to show you.
Oh, look at this. Look at this other disgrace on the screen. He's going to come over here with this happy horse shit. His team can't even win the division. Yeah, another guy. Yeah. Another. Keep bringing the Maloika with you. Hold on. Let's add it to the screen. Of course, we do love him to death. But he's the other guy bringing a bunch of happy horse shit with with his Mets and now.
Where is he? I don't even see him.
Oh, he's here. Let's get him.
Major Tootie.
There he is.
Tootie, what's going on?
Listen, I am ripping your boy Salah. I'm ripping him apart right now.
Listen,
does he even know what
I
his name is? Let me know.
don't even give a fuck. I don't. I could honestly fucking say that. And maybe it's because the Mets don't look like a pile of donkey shit. But fucking this team for the last fucking 10 years have kicked my balls around my fucking massive donkey cock kicks. So I don't really give a fuck about this bald-headed fucking hump that's on there.
I love it.
Because, Tom, I mean, listen, Jeff, I do this. Fucking Barkley's going to get a fucking turf toe. Thing's going to explode.
Oh, please.
But don't fucking let me do it. You know what I'm capable of, prick.
Listen, I don't understand. I've been begging you for years to lay the smackdown on this fucking team. You ain't done dick. I want to see.
I don't think I haven't done dick. Listen to me. That fucking team last year couldn't score a touchdown last year. They were blowjobs. And they were going to give the coach a job for another year, but he was so fucking stupid, he talked himself out of a job being a dick.
Listen, I'm not arguing any of it, but my coach knew exactly what the stadium was, and he knew that if his
get the fuck out of here.
He just said his number one quarterback a week before the season is working out, and he has no idea what happened.
I'm going to give you the real answer. You fucking ready? You want the real answer?
I don't have to give you a Maloiki for the Jets. They got a permanent Maloiki all over.
Jeff, I'm going to do it, Jeff.
Dude, he's rubbing it in your face, man. You better
Jeff, I'm going to fucking do it. Tommy.
A permanent Maloiki. A permanent.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
the fucking eye is wide open.
Please.
Wide open.
Yeah, it's over now.
You both
Tommy,
green. It's just big.
A small Cessna is going to land on the fucking Giants sideline and take out half the fucking team. Fuck their mouths.
And we still
now
be
what?
better than, they still be better than Jets. And we
wait a minute.
No.
Your team is a blowjob. Don't even because you won fucking 2 Super Bowls 11 years ago, 12 years. Stop. That's it.
4.
2 by luck. Don't forget that. 3 by luck.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got a guy, fucking Buffalo fucking homosexual. What did he do? He's a lesbian. He was fucking wide right.
Let me ask you guys something. Did it even make trophies when you win the Super Bowl 100 years ago?
I don't know.
I think it was made of wood. It was probably made of wood back then. It
could have been.
It was
matter of fact, I think they got that from fucking Noah's Ark.
Joe Namath's Bigakia. And it fucking the termites got
it. Doesn't matter. You yourself have said you could go on past shows. Most important Super Bowl ever won.
Damn right. The only reason we fucking kicked their cocks in it. Come on. We're fucking Colts were 19-point favorites. Shut up.
All I know is you got a coach who's number one quarterback worked out, and you guys he had no idea.
Listen.
I have no idea if he's anywhere. Oh,
Jeff, do you know why he's spewing all this fucking stupidity? Do you know?
What's that?
Do you know why he's spewing all this fucking stupidity?
Yeah, I think he had
because he's trying
energy drinks. He's all hyped up.
Oh, please.
That and also a certain team in pinstripes that got hit so fucking hard with this that 16 fucking players were down. And the one who had the worst, I felt really bad for. I felt like, I should take the fucking thing off. Fuck that. That Vagisil, wet, fucking smelly cunt of a Stanton. I'm embarrassed that he's even a fucking human being. He's a big pussy.
Wait. So you got a picture who said, my left side hurts a little, so I got my right.
Oh, okay, so he's going to miss one fucking start. One start.
There's nothing wrong. My side's a little, we're half a game up, and my side's a little tight. I better not pitch tonight. What a fucking disgrace.
That's terrible. Yeah, how about Garrett Cole? Hey, there's someone I'm supposed to throw the ball, and they're singing the national anthem. He's a big cunt. He throws fucking 98 miles an hour. No, he should jack off and throw it in his hand and use it and spider attack that blowjob.
Wait till about 2 weeks from now when the ground wakes up and goes, I
Yeah.
think my
Okay.
arm might hurt. I think I better
No,
not pitch for a year.
as I said to you clearly before, as he
Thank you,
was
Louis.
out
Thank you,
half the
Louis.
fucking year, he
Thank
was
you,
out
Louis.
half the year. The other guy was out 8 weeks and was still in first place. So please,
Oh, look what division
the
you're playing.
opposite of above me is
Oh.
below me.
Oh,
The opposite of above me, below me, Tom. Below
my
me.
God.
Know who else I say to below me? That little fucking 3.5-inch fucking midget prick, your friend Pete DiAgostino. Pounding my ass. I don't fucking care. Look at Jeff. I'll ask a responsible fan. If you were the Mets or your team, take the Mets out of it.
Okay.
Who would you rather have to play over the next 16 games? Would you like to be in Seattle for 3? Would you like to then be in for San Francisco for 3? And then 7 games with the fucking Phillies. And they got the Marlins. Hold on. And the Mets only got 3 fucking hard games, the Brewers. Who would you rather have? What schedule? The weakest schedule or the shittiest schedule?
Of course I would, but unfortunately we played a real conference. Yeah.
Can I answer that question, please?
Please.
I don't follow baseball all that well, but I do know that at this point in time, if I was to follow baseball, I would have to go with the New York Mets for being the better team in New York.
Tommy, if I had a hat on, I'd take my hat off.
Well, you know what? Say something. It doesn't surprise me because Jeff, while he doesn't follow baseball, your coach Robert Salah doesn't follow football very well either. So it makes sense. It makes sense.
Look at the coaches that you've had.
Listen. Your jerk off quarterback's gonna put his helmet on. He's gonna buckle the chin strap and he's gonna fucking pinch a nerve in his neck. And his pussy's gonna be fucking wet for the next 6 years.
To answer your question on the schedule. Of course,
here we go.
I'd rather this easy schedule, but here's what's going to happen. Your Mets
go right ahead.
Nice and easy schedule. They'll make the playoffs by a game. They'll win by a game and a half.
I don't give a fuck if it's by a pubic hair.
Then they'll play some real teams, and they'll get their heads handed to them because Taiwan.
Because we don't have pitching. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I fucking Kiner Palefa is fucking batting fourth. And you got a guy who gets an epidural when every fucking woman gives birth, and this twat, what happens? He can't fucking move now. He's standing there like a fucking paraplegic. Stop it!
Oh my God. How? Listen, we can go line up to lineup. You guys got maybe 3 guys who can hit in that team, but that's okay. I wish the Mets to do well. I want them to make the playoffs because then I can watch all of them fall apart.
Man, you're throwing that all over the place tonight, man.
It's okay. Bring the hammer. We already got. Listen, think about it. With all your hammering and the eyes and the whole bit like this, it looks like Bell's palsy. But
yes, it is.
At the end of the day, my Yankees are still in first place.
Listen, I can't help it. You're in an absolute blowjob division because your blowjob team with your record would be 4 games behind us. You were 11 games in front. 11 games in front. And I can't help it that even the Braves you'd be 3.5 behind the Braves. So stop it.
Weren't they the best team in the majors at one point?
Oh, yes.
Now they're 11.5 games out of being the best team in the majors.
Listen,
Jeff, they were the best team by far. They were the best team by far then. And then they came back to reality.
Absolutely, 100%.
Unfortunately, they've got to the point because of this.
Oh my God!
Why fucking every one of those? Before that, there was no injuries, nothing. And for you cock knockers to fucking question that, and to top it off, Jeff, I wish you were a Met fan because I'll tell you this: I got some Met fan friends of mine that are big fucking cunts with a big C. Big fucking you jinxed him. If I was in front of my friend Mike, I would have slapped the nuts off him. And the same both Mikes, Mike fucking Basanti and Mike Delfino. What the fuck is wrong with you? Look at the schedule. I'm not. Have you ever heard me optimistic about my teams ever?
No, not really.
No. How could you be? You'd have mentioned the Jets.
Well, whatever the case, I call it fucking like it is.
I agree with that.
The reason I said all along, if we can get past fucking the Dodgers and still be in first place, we got it licked. Now, did we lose 2 out of 3 from fucking the Nationals and was horrible? So what? We won 2 out of 3 from the Privates. You fucking blowjob split against the A's, lost 2 or 3 from fucking the Angels. But it's not even a matter of that. It's just a matter from here on in, I'm basing it on the schedule. We should win the division. And I don't think we're going to the World Series, but I think we got a shot. Why? Max and the Jesus Christ on the cross, the God. That's it.
Today. You know, I heard that Max Scherzer tripped and fell over blowing bubbles today, and he might be out for a month.
Tommy, you fucking blew bubbles when you were a kid. He was asking for you.
Come on.
Where's Tommy? I don't know where he is, Bubbles. Don't worry, he'll blow you.
My name is DeGrom. I woke up today and I might be hurt, so I might not pitch for you. We still don't know what happened. Nobody knows why he was out for you.
He's gonna miss 1 game. Who gives a fuck? Other than the Yankee fans that don't have this fucking thing.
I'll tell you. I saw the real Mets.
Yeah, go ahead.
For 3 games.
Okay. Not the last 2, but the 3 before that. Okay.
Those games with the ground pitches, you'll be fine. Other than that, good luck.
Let me ask you something, Carmine.
Go ahead, baby. He's just talking out of his ass.
Yeah. What happens next year when the Mets get Judge?
Oh my God! Hey, listen to me. Here's what I think is going to happen, because the Yankees are going to panic so much. I hope Steve says to him, "Hey, listen. Do you want to stay with these fucking jerk-offs with the mystique that said, oh, we offered him the richest contract in Yankee history? Are you fucking kidding me? They're fucking embarrassing. He should have never got to free agency. Should have signed him. What you get from that guy in fucking sales that have just come for people coming in the park and buying the fucking shit, the Judge gavel and all sorts. The fucking guy's worth it. Steve's gonna go, we'll give you $50 million to get away from those jerk-offs. And then the guy oh no, we can't let that happen. So you'll spend $55 million and I'll giggle my fucking ass off, you fucking cocksucker.
Listen, either way,
there
Judge will be a Yankee next year. There is no doubt.
I hope so. I hope so. At $55 million, I hope so.
And when the Yankees offered DeGrom $40 million, and your boy,
he wants to go to that blowjob place. He can smell a blowjob from miles away. And Bubbles is still asking. Hold on, Bubbles. I'm on the phone with him.
Oh,
yes, I know he blew you when you was a kid. I know. Okay.
My sign's itchy. I might not pitch for a couple weeks. My sign's a little itchy.
Who might not pitch for a couple of weeks?
The guy with the bad sign. I got a bad sign.
All right, how about this? Let's make a bet there, big fucking mouth prick.
Come on,
how about this?
Go ahead.
Dinner that he misses 1 start and he'll be in the next start.
You got it. I'll buy you dinner. I will buy you dinner if he only misses 1 start.
Fine. Okay.
1 dinner. You got it.
Listen, I got fucking Mo. It comes through fucking that fucking load swallowing prick, and that fucking other cut. I know fucking Jeff loves when I call him Cumdrew. He was like, who the fuck is Cumdrew? That fucking cross-dressing fuck. And then you got Krusty Crustacean, the whitest fucking albino I've ever seen in my life. If he closes his eyes, he could disappear. That fucking honky.
I have to apologize to everybody. I've lowered the standards of the show to get down to the Mets and Jets level. But these are what I have to do to have some fun with my dear friends and their crooked way of thinking. But that's okay. We want Jeff to think that he's got a real coach, and Carmine to think that the Mets have a half a chance. When we all know that the teams that wear the pinstripes and the red, white, and blue in New Jersey, those are the real teams. Those are the ones.
All right, so
under the belt.
Your Giants going to have a better record than my piece of shit Jets?
That's a good question. I have to think about that. I haven't really given much thought to records this year. I would tell you the fact that your coach doesn't even know when the quarterback's actually going to play, I would say, yeah.
How about this? Flacco with no fucking personality. He's going to shoot fucking loads, and I hope he goes 4-0 just to fuck things up. And they go, oh, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this right now.
I hope
He
so,
isn't
too.
coming back in 4 weeks. This is the same thing with our offensive tackle. He went, he'll be out 4 weeks. The pussy was out all year, and he's out again.
And he's out again. So that's just that.
So I'll say Wilson will be available, but will sit there with his thumb up his ass because they might. If there's a fucking football god up there, let the Jets be 7-1 to say we can't fucking do it. Let's just cut the kid. I'd jerk off. I'd be so excited. I can't stand. Let me tell you, Jeff. I hate a fucking guy who is always fucking hurt. Are you fucking kidding me?
I agree with that.
I hate that.
Listen, if you're a pro athlete, you get your ass up and play football, you play baseball. That's what you do. I agree. Listen, I couldn't agree with you more. I think today's players in general are soft, and I mean that. I don't think that these guys push themselves to playing games that guys in yesteryear would have played in, and that's the nature of the game today. That's just the way they do it.
Tom, first of all, he looks like he's in about 8th grade. He doesn't look like he's tough enough to be in the NFL. All right, you look at some of these other quarterbacks; they're of normal size. Fucking Wilson looks like he belongs on fucking a high school football team.
Not for nothing, though.
And he went
Jeff,
out in the same uniform Saturday
Jeff,
night.
you got to say this. I'd like to put 2 of these and 1 of these in his fucking mother. My God, she definitely deserves the stinky pinky. Clink, and then go up and then be nice. Degga, boom, boom, boom. And then use 4 fingers and smash it with the thumb chaser. Why not? She's fucking hotter than balls.
While he sits and watches.
Oh, boy.
Watch me smash. That's a good one, Jeff. Watch me straighten your mother's box out, kid. This might toughen you up.
Guys, again, I got to apologize. We've sank to new lows.
Who's it? Do you have a sponsor after this?
No, we got nobody left.
No more.
They all just ran out the door.
Okay, well, guys, I apologize. Even though these are the thoughts of my very dear friend Tommy, the scumbag Florio, and my wonderful friend Jeff Toulouse. Jeff T, you were the fucking best. If I could grow my Jake like that, I fucking would love it. I'm just too afraid I'd be eating it half the time. What is that?
You get used to the taste of hair after a while. It's all right.
Come on, I love you to death, man. I thank you so much for coming up, man. I appreciate it.
My fellas, I'm glad to get the blood pressure up. I'm still alive. Second heart attack did not fucking kill me. But the Mets might.
Couple
boys,
more
be good.
Be good, come on. Talk to you off the air, pal.
Said the boys, be good.
Take care. That's come on. That's he's the best.
Yeah, he had a heart attack.
Yeah, he had a heart attack. Not too long ago.
What the fuck?
It's got to be a year and change ago.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jeff, we're getting old, pal. We're getting old. But thanks for everybody tuning in. See Frankie Catalano's out there. My man Robert Ficciarelli and Johnny Collins is out there. I saw Louis Pica. So we got a lot of people checking in tonight. We got a lot of football talk to get to. I don't know what happened to Jeff. He just left us. But again, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys had a good holiday weekend. And we got lots to talk about. So, again, the Yankees are up 2-0 on a Miguel Andujar home run. And, listen, they're beating up on the Twins, what they have to do. This is a big weekend coming up for the Yankees. If you're the Yankees, you need 2 or 3. You got to put some distance between you and the Rays. So we got some bats working tonight, but it's Higashioka first for a single in the gap. Jeff's back. Let's get him back up. Yeah, what you back there, man?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Will you hear me?
Yeah.
We need to make a few adjustments quickly. We got 23 minutes.
Yep, let's do that right now. So I got him up on screen. So here's the deal, Jeff. The only players we have to worry about tonight, right this minute, are the guys who are playing in tonight's game, which we only have a couple of Ram players. So
who do we got? We got Aaron Donald, right?
Well, first off, we got our tight end. We have is Tyler Higbee. He's playing tonight. We could substitute Darren Waller from the Raiders. They're playing the Chargers this Sunday. So do we want to leave Tyler Higbee in the lineup, or do we want to maybe bring in Darren Waller?
Leave Tyler Higbee in there.
Okay. Now we got.
I think that'll be except let me see, what is the other one?
Darren Waller.
Waller. Yeah, let's leave Higbee in there.
Okay. Next up, we got Let's see. One of our receivers. We
I'm
got
more worried
James
about
Cook.
that fucking wide receiver Lazard, to be honest with you.
Oh, Lazard right now. Alan Lazard is in our lineup, and again, it's no rush. We can think about him still because none of these guys none of these guys are playing tonight. Other than that, the only guy we have to talk about would be: do we want to have Aaron Donald in the lineup over Micah Parsons? Micah Parsons is playing Dallas. Is playing Tampa Bay on Sunday night. Aaron Donald plays tonight. So if we don't get Aaron Donald in the lineup, we can't use him.
No, you use let's leave Micah Parsons. I think that there's going to be some questions with Tampa Bay and their offensive line and everything. So I'd rather see Parsons play.
Yep. So that's it. All right, now our lineup is good for tonight. And then before
I
Sunday,
will say this much though. I don't know. Lazard, there's questions, just too many questions, man.
There is some questions. I think he can go. He can be a
did
stinker.
not practice.
Yeah, well, again, we don't have to set him in the lineup. We can wait till Sunday, and then on Sunday we will see what usually Sunday morning they announce who's playing and who's not playing, and then if we want to make the switch, we can. If we want to leave him, we can certainly do that.
You're going to remember to do that?
Oh, I've been living the fantasy dream. So Sunday morning, you and I will have a conversation, and we'll see how it plays out.
All right, and where's there's our quarterback. Okay.
So.
All right, so then we're good here now.
Yeah, we're good for tonight, so we can move on from the fantasy world. And Jeff and I are teamed up. We are co-managers or co-coaches for the Hard Rocket Sports Fantasy Team in the Staten Island Sandlot Football League, along with our good buddies Frank Jeffrey, Matt Salitri, John Marhefka, Frankie Catalano, Joe Bartelli, Iggy Mo, a couple of Tony Jordan. We got a whole 10-man league, and we kick off tonight. So, like I said, with Jeff, we're talking football. We'll goof around and have some fun with each other, but it's time to get a little serious and talk some real football. Well, you know what? Before we get to football, I want to just finish up our baseball conversation. And I know you wanted to get to some of the guys who've hit 61.
Well, yeah. Well, I want to get that up right now. What I was doing is last night I was looking for something. I forgot exactly what I was looking for, and I came across it.
Okay.
And what I saw, I was like, wow, I didn't realize, but there have been 6 people other than Roger Maris and Babe Ruth that have hit 60 plus home runs over the years.
Okay.
Now, most of them happened in 1998, 99, 2001.
Yep.
So I just want to talk about that because everybody acknowledges Barry Bonds as the home run leader.
Not everybody. I would say.
I mean, like he's recognized in the stat books and everything else.
100%. Okay. Yes. Yep.
And I just realized like that McGuire had 70 home runs, and it's like a loss because of the steroid issues.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lost, a lost achievement. Also, Sammy Sosa 66, Mark McGuire 65, Sammy Sosa 64 and 63. Now, these are achievements that, if these guys weren't on steroids or allegedly on steroids when they did that, especially Sammy Sosa was actually changed colors.
Yeah. I don't know how. I didn't know steroids change colors, but go ahead.
Yeah, think about that for a minute, man. That was a 2 or 3 year stretch where these guys were putting up some incredible fucking numbers.
Sure, and everybody was saved baseball. A lot of people think it saved. A lot of people think it saved baseball. So sure, absolutely.
And if you notice, Barry Bonds is only in there for the 73.
Okay.
He's not. I mean, I'm sure if you go down the list, that was like the first 587 places or something for highest home runs in a season.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the only time that I saw him like up there with all the huge numbers was the 73.
Right.
Is it possible for anyone to hit that many home runs without having some kind of help?
Jeff, here's the thing. Nobody's, we only had 2 guys. Let's take out all the guys who hit 61 in the questionable period, right? In the entire history of baseball, you've only had 2 guys who've gotten over 61 homers, right, in the season. Babe Ruth and Roger Maris, right, or over 60. So, to me, if you take out all those guys, now all of a sudden in a short period of time, you had a bunch of guys doing it. So to me, if you take all that out and people go out there and play the game legitimately, no, I don't believe that 70 home runs is a possibility. It just a normal human being just is going to wear down, and I don't believe it's possible.
Well, I don't believe it's possible either. But the thing is that you had how many years Sammy Sosa was right near the top. Mark McGwire was up near the top 2 years, I believe, out of I mentioned. Yep. Sosa was up there for 3 years. But Barry Bonds only registered that one really sick season. Now, I know he hit in the 50s a couple years or the 40s. But, I mean, they weren't near the top of the list. And there's Barry Bonds comes and manages to set the season record. Mm-hmm. Top of the list. Now, I understand he was older and everything else. So, I mean, there's not much you could say to stick up for the guy. But I just think that it's kind of funny that he only registered one really big season like that. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the others had multiple seasons. So I don't know. Yeah,
I don't believe on a normal season. And again, like I said, if you throw out all those guys, the McGuires, the Sosas, the Bonds, if you throw all of their numbers out and you take it back to just where it was, which was Babe and Maris, if you think about all the years, 100 years of baseball, only 2 guys have made it to 60. So that's telling you everything you need to know.
Yeah, listen, I hear you. I'm looking up now. I'm trying to see. So Barry Bonds hit 73 home runs in 2001.
Right.
Okay. Now, it's hard to make any kind of statement for him that, he did it clean, but like Stanton did it, 59 home runs in 2017.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going down the list, and I'm trying to see when the next time that I even see
54.
What's that?
And what's the next record after that? Take those guys out. Mark McGwire.
Well, I'm specifically looking for what's his face, Barry Bonds.
Oh, you're looking for his next?
And I'm up to 53, 52. Unless I skipped them, and I doubt it. 51, 50, 50.
Well, I'm bringing
49. Next one is 49.
I'm bringing up his stats right now.
For Barry Bonds.
Okay, let's see if I can get it for you quick. Home runs, 46 in 93, 49 in 2000, 73 in 2001, and then 2002 he hit 46, 2002 he hit 45, 45. So he had a bunch of 40s, no 50s, and then the 73.
Yeah, that's Lou Gehrig 2 years in a row, not 2 years in a row, but twice hit 49.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple of guys who've, A-Rod hit 54, but that's tainted. Judge is obviously now at 55, so you've had some guys who.
So then, how come nobody questions Stanton's record of 59?
I guess they would. I guess he was tested. I have no idea, but no. But you know what, Jeff? You never hear about it. Very few people mention the fact. To me, it's if you don't get to 60, you're just not in that club. There's a bunch of people who've hit 50 homers in the season. Granted, you hit 59, terrific season, but you didn't hit 60. And until somebody hit 60 legit, to me, it doesn't matter.
No, listen, I hear you, okay? But it's still the thought and everything that 59 home runs, with all the years that baseball's around, 130 years that baseball has been around?
Yeah, something like that.
You know what I mean? And only really 2 guys hit 60 or 61.
Yeah. Amazing.
It is amazing. And it makes you wonder, like with Bonds, like he was pretty much 45, 46 home runs in a year, it seemed, for a couple years in a row.
Yeah.
Several years in a row. But he peaked at 73 and then never came close again,
46s, 45s after that. Listen, the guy was a tremendous hitter, a great baseball player. But to me, to your point, Jeff, if he hit, 62, 65, 66, 61, 73, you kind of go, all right, the guy was consistent. But when you're hitting 45, 46, 40, and then you hit 73, it just kind of says something wasn't right.
Well, listen, once again, I'm not particularly a big fan of the guy as it is.
Yeah.
Okay. But, you know, it's just something sometimes I think about it and I'm like, you know, how much did the guy actually do that he fucking peaked?
Yeah.
Like almost 30 home runs higher than he hit just the years before. You're talking 27 home runs, 28 home runs difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of home runs to make up. Like you're not just lucky 28 times up at bat. And you're putting them out of the fucking stadium too.
Yeah.
Into the water. You know, it just sometimes I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, listen, it's again valid point, and you know, like I said, there's a reason why that a lot of people. Now there was a big thing today this week. Roger Maris Jr. was a little upset with Aaron Judge because when Aaron Judge was asked specifically who's the record, he said, "Well, I grew up watching Barry Bonds, and I watched him every night go for that record, and Barry Bonds is 73. It will be the record regardless." And there's a lot of people who disagree, and I don't know. I guess Judge is being, politically correct. I have no idea, but maybe he feels that way. But there are a lot of people, a lot of baseball purists like myself, who don't recognize his home run because you said it. You know, it's an aberration in a career.
Yeah, but you know, Tom, unless the right people are asking questions, and like I said to you last week on the show, that there's no way under the sun that anybody's ever going to question that. It's never going to happen.
Nope, I agree.
Never going to happen.
No, I agree. Couldn't agree more. Listen, I agree.
And Judge probably isn't stupid enough to ruin his spot in baseball at this point in time that he's got to.
Oh, no. I agree.
You don't want to say the wrong thing. That's it's nuts.
Yeah, no, I agree. I couldn't.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
well, again, I it's something that we'll watch. He's six homers away from tying the record, 7 from breaking it, and he's got 30 plus games to do it. So we'll be here every week.
Plus games left.
Yeah, I believe there's 30 something games. Yankees are 80 something. Hold on, I can tell you in 2 seconds how many games they got left. Yankees are 82 and 54, so they played 136 games. No, so they have 30. They have 20 something games left. Yeah, so they have
So when was the last day of the MLB season?
It's into October right now. It goes in, I think it's like October 6th or 7th right now because they got the late start with they got the late start. So
Okay,
yeah,
the games are left. Of course, by 1 week. It was delayed by 1 week.
Yes.
It will end on October 2nd.
So right now there's 162 minus 136 equals. They have 26 games with tonight's game. So
there's a chance that he could set the record.
Well, again, not 73. There's no way in the world he's hitting 18 home runs in 26 games. That would be a huge undertaking. And listen, last night he hit a home run, and they intentionally walked him 3 times. Nobody's going to pitch to him this month.
Just do me a favor. Hold on a second. Sharon, put that light on.
What light?
As the lovely Mrs. Tolwinski sits in the background there with Jeff's got the light going on.
Right.
We're going to.
I'm joined up in the skybox by Basil.
I see that. Good for good. It's nice to have Basil join us anytime.
Yes.
Again, we're happy you guys all joined us tonight. We're talking football. We had Carmine on, the doctor. My dad was popped up, and we're going to talk a lot of football starting now. We're talking a little bit of baseball.
Come here.
And the Yankees get out of that. The Twins get out of that inning. No runs. 1 hit. Yankees are up 2-0 in the top of the 4th inning. So we'll keep you abreast of that. We got football starting in a few minutes. Jeff and I are going to make a bunch of picks tonight. We'll talk Jets and Giants. We're going to run through the Jets and Giants schedule, and we'll just run through the league and have some fun. We're looking forward to Bills and the Rams. And I don't know if it's a big thing or not, but Ozzy singing at halftime of tonight's game is always good. Now I don't have to listen to Coolio and Shmulios and all of those crappy guys. I'm okay. So, but Jeff, let's get to some football.
Yes.
We're excited. Let's briefly talk. Well, man, let's just before we do that. you had your first experience with the fantasy draft and being part of a fantasy league, and give me your early impressions. Is it what you thought it would be? Is it you finding it fun? What's your thoughts early on being a part of the fantasy league?
I'm sure it's going to be fun. That's one thing.
Yep.
Second of all, it was made more fun because me and you take it a little seriously.
Yep.
Because we're trying to field a competitive team and everything else. So we got to talk a little bit more about this, and you got to think a little bit more in depth. At first, I didn't think that we had such a good team.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the report card, and I got some feedback from you from some guys.
Yep.
And I realized that we might not have the best team in the league, but we definitely don't have the worst team in the league. We actually have a better than average team. I think we're right now, the way the report cards came out, I think we were like third or fourth in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. Out of 10, sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, some of these guys have some good games.
Yeah.
That's it. We could have a pretty decent, we could have a fun time. I think it makes you pay attention more now.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
To the game. So,
well, and it'll make you pay attention to some of the teams in the league, and you'll follow injury reports, and you'll pick up on highlights to see how your players are doing, and you'll learn more about the league. And believe me, it happens to a lot of people. So it should be fun, and I'm glad we're taking it serious. And we had a good draft. Like I said, I thought we had a good draft, and it was confirmed by our report card. And we'll kick into it, and we got to, of course, face our good buddy. Yes, this league is money now, Frankie. It's $25 ante up for everybody.
That was said. That was said that somebody actually, and I don't know what you want to do about the money. I know you laid out money, but
yeah.
I'm not even looking for money this year, but
yeah. So it's 25 and winning team. I think it's $1.25. Second, I think second is 75. Yeah. So the winning team gets 125. Second team gets 75. And then $25 for third and fourth place. Frankie, it's on the site, but I'll send you my Venmo. You can Venmo to me the 25, and then I'll hold the money for everybody. And at the end of the year, I'll make the payments.
And then just Hemp Wizard Beer Care, I see the name of their team. I made another order today.
Oh, nice.
With the Hemp Wizard, man. I'm looking forward to getting this one. I have my wife pick one out for me.
Nice.
And I'm also getting my Cushman's, but she found gingerbread.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, so it's going to be very Christmassy around me.
Yes, you'll be able to walk around and work at home, and you'll just be smelling Christmas.
Yeah, there you go. I can't wait for.
And again, you guys, if anybody's out there listening, you want to get your loved ones, if they got the nice beard like Jeff's, or they're working into their nice beard like Jeff's, you want to get on to Hemp Wizard Beard Care Co. Those guys are great guys, Joe and Mike, and their products are amazing. Jeff will tell you their products are amazing, and they also have a line of skin lotions and stuff. So it's not just about the beard; it's about the face. And everybody's got somebody with a face in their life. Everybody.
There you go.
So make sure you check out Hemp Wizard Beard Care Co. Mike and Joe, two of the best guys I've never met before. So I implore you to support them because they do a lot for our show, and we love having them involved. So, and of course, our good friend Mark Scott, the former drummer of Trickster, he's got his line of vodka out. If you're out in the Phoenix and in the Arizona area, please go find American Premium Vodka for that. And of course, you guys see the list of people who support our show every week: Sam Bone and Jay Giasio and Arfo Records and the guys from Black Sasquatch. The Squatchy guys, those guys are the best. Make sure you follow all of those guys because they're big fans of ours, big friends of ours, I should say. I don't think anybody's a fan of ours; they're friends of ours. So, but Jeff, let's get to some football. We got Jets this weekend. We were breaking each other's chops a little bit, but a little controversy not controversy, but it looks like Joe Flacco is going to be starting at least the first 3 games. Could be good or bad. You could be in a situation where, you're 2-2, or let's say he plays the 3, he's 2-1, 1-2.
This team is well on their way to disappointing like they do every year with the left tackle out now and the possibility of sliding Font over to left tackle and getting a rookie to start, or they're just a fucking mess.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Jeff. But yeah, I agree. There's a couple I'd like to do that too.
You could have Vince Lombardi
Mhm.
pick whoever he wants on his coaching staff and take Belichick, Walsh, Parcells, Shula, whoever he wants, Chuck Noll, and they still ain't going to be able to get any fucking wins out of this team.
Well, we're going to go through their record. We're going to go through their schedule in a couple minutes. And listen, again, I don't think either team you could count on as being in the playoff hunt to come December. And to me, that's what football's all about. You want to be playing meaningful games in December. I don't think either one of these teams will be playing meaningful games in December. But listen, every year, hope springs eternal, and we get a shot at something. You're right. I think there's a lot against the Jets with left tackle being a moving parts right now. There's a lot of questions on the Jets. Of course, a quarterback right now. When does at what point do we say that Zach Wilson's a little injury prone? I mean, now it's 2 years in a row, a little bit of a knee injury. At some point, when do you put that label? You don't want to label somebody, Jeff, early in their career. But at what point do we say, hey, this is 2 years in a row, he's missing a month, he's injury prone?
Well, the only thing I could say about Zach Wilson and him being the possibility of him being labeled injury prone, which is hard to disagree. All right. But I will say this. Mm-hmm. The guy was a non-contact injury in preseason.
Right.
He played only a handful of plays actually before that actually happened. Mm-hmm. So I can't, in good faith, turn around and say that, yeah, he's injury prone. But I will say that, there's something is not right. I think he looks too much like RG3 to me when he's playing. This little fella that's out there, and I think a couple hard hits, and he's going to spend some extra time on the sidelines. Nobody's going to confuse him with a Cam Newton or Ben Roethlisberger type size guy. That, he just doesn't look like he's going to take a 16, 17 game beating.
Right.
I'm trying to deflect that he's injury prone, but you know what? Sam Darnold went through the same shit.
Yeah.
I don't understand this. If I was, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. If you were general manager right now, you're going to draft a quarterback, would there not be certain parameters that you're looking for as a quarterback?
Sure, of course.
Minimum size, minimum weight. Maybe he doesn't have to be the fastest guy on the team.
No.
Okay? He doesn't have to run a 40 in 4.2, 4.3.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that he's durable. I want to make sure that he could survive a hit. I want to make sure that he survives a season if his offensive line is subpar.
Yep.
I'm going to have to worry about him that he's going to crack in half.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get an injury like that in the wide open, there's really not, you don't know how to read that. You don't know how to take that.
Well, that's it. Listen, somebody hits you and injures you. That's one thing. I don't consider that an injury prone guy. But when you're running around the field and nobody's hitting you and you're getting hurt 2 years in a row, you kind of got to go, yeah, he's a little injury prone. That to me is the worrisome. You getting hit as a quarterback and you're getting blindsided by a shot, or you take a shot running down the field. To me, that's not being injury prone. Being injury prone is, I'm running down the field and all of a sudden I got a half torn meniscus. That, to me, that's what I want to worry about. But listen, I think as a whole, I don't think we're both counting on much from either of our teams. And we're going to get to a lot more Jets and Giants later. I want to run around the league right now. I want to make our picks for the year, and I want to run through the Giants and Jets schedule. I'm going to keep track of all this tonight. So that way, somewhere down the road, we can rub each other's faces at who got more right than the others. So, but one thing I want to talk about real quick, man. We'll get back to the Jets and the Giants in a few minutes. The NFL schedule is actually pretty cool. Now, this week there's a lot of decent games. 3 games stick out, and I like to call them revenge games. So, 2 of these games were, I think, possibly setups, and then the last one's a lucky one. So I'll start the lucky one. So, of course, Joe Flacco starting for the Jets this week, and who's Joe Flacco facing? the Ravens.
The Ravens.
So a little bit of a revenge game. The Ravens got rid of him. I don't think there's much in the way of animosity there.
No, I think it's so long ago that it doesn't matter. He got traded to Broncos and then ended up with the Jets and then bounced to the Eagles and then got traded back to the Jets.
Yep.
I don't think he has anything against. I think he should be happy he's in the fucking league. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But again, listen, it's a I think it's the first time ever that a former Super Bowl winning quarterback plays opening day against his former team.
I could see that.
So it's a little interesting. Now the other two are fun. The first one is Russell Wilson, Frankie Catalano's guy, going home to play the Seattle Seahawks. I think the game's actually in Denver, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that's a fun thing to watch. I mean, obviously, if you're paying attention out there, we all can see that Seattle, Jeff, is tanking for the season. You know, they made no attempt to pick up a quality quarterback.
No,
they trade Russell Wilson away for picks. This is obviously a team that's gunning for the top draft pick next year, and maybe a C.J. Stroud or a Bryce Young in their future. So, but it's still, there's a guy who played his whole career. We got the half man just popped up on the screen. We have to get it's in Seattle. Okay, so it's even more fun. So Russell Wilson going home, Jeff. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of animosity, but I don't think there's any reason to believe that Russell Wilson has a little more extra in the tank this week to go home and maybe stick it in Pete Carroll's ear.
Oh, listen, I'm sure that he wants to, and then to go up to Seattle, especially with all the shit that he spewed for a couple of seasons about wanting to get out of there.
Yeah.
And then it turns around that looked like Seattle was shopping him in 2018, but couldn't find any takers on him. So, I could see that there being a little bit there. But, listen, Seattle, what animosity should they have? If I was Pete Carroll, I'd be pissed about that team. It's like you got rid of Russell Wilson, and the team got a little bit older. And what did we do here? You're leaving me with Geno Smith and Drew Lock, and nobody else. You didn't even try to get anybody else. It's like the season was a wash back in fucking May.
But I do believe, though, that I agree with Frankie. Between the media and the fans, I think the fans are going to be a little anti-Russell Wilson. Yeah, he played his whole career there, won him a Super Bowl, but Russell Wilson's made it very clear the last few years that he wanted out of there to go to a better place to play. So I think the fans are going to give him some shit, and I think it's going to be a hostile environment, which it usually always is in Seattle. I think this is going to be a hostile environment, and I think it's going to be a little bit hyped up with the return of Russell Wilson to his home.
It's going to be a very hostile environment, but that brings me to my point where it's like, what do they have to be hostile about? Because they don't have a team.
I agree, but I think it's not so much the players on this one, Jeff. I think it's the fans. I think the fans. See, the next one's going to be a lot of the players. I think a lot of players are going to have a lot of animosity on the player who left. But for this one, I think it's the fans. I think the fans feel a little betrayed by a Russell Wilson for wanting to leave there, for pushing his way out the door. I believe firmly that he pushed his way out the door.
Of course he did. Do you blame him?
No. But again, I think from a fan standpoint, Russell Wilson will be serenaded with a lot of boos. He may get a quick cheer before the game. Hey, Russell Wilson, thanks for everything. Now it's go F yourself. So I think that's an interesting
doubt, especially if they come out hard and heavy to Broncos and put a lot of points up early.
Oh, yeah. Listen,
imagine him being pulled in the third quarter because they're up like 35-0 or something.
Yeah, exactly. And then the last one is, of course, Baker Mayfield playing against the Cleveland Browns. Now, you couldn't have written a better script for an opening day. Baker Mayfield not well liked by his teammates in Cleveland, and getting to face his team that basically, they really kind of disrespected him. I'm not telling you that Baker Mayfield's a great quarterback or should have been given a new contract, any of that stuff. But the fact that they brought in a guy who was certainly going to be suspended for being a sexual predator, gave him this huge contract, guaranteed, all with him with Baker Mayfield still on the roster, and then waited till the last possible moment to trade him. Jeff, if you're Baker Mayfield, you got to be going back there full guns.
Well, let's keep in mind one other thing too, Tom. You know, Baker Mayfield was a number 1 pick in the draft. Baker Mayfield was the first quarterback to get any kind of respectability back to the Browns.
Yeah.
Put the Browns back to the playoffs after what, a 20-year absence.
Well, horrendous absence.
You know, and then the next year, he fell apart, and a lot of people blamed it on him. Meanwhile, he had an injury. You know, so I mean, I personally, I mean, you know, I've only seen Baker Mayfield play in a handful of games, but I would love to see him come and tear the Browns up.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see him throw for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns, you know, and throw one of these record-breaking games all over the field. But, you know, listen, in the NFL, it just goes to show you have one bad season.
Yeah.
And if you were to look at guys like Fran Tarkenton, Joe Namath, maybe even Terry Bradshaw to an extent, if these guys had an off season, they came back the next year and they played.
Yeah.
You know, these quarterbacks for these team, that they went out and they come back next year and they just played harder and they played better.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield has an off season and that's it.
Yeah.
He's done in the NFL. Nobody wants part of him.
Wow.
You know, he's not like Sam Darnold, who just never caught on. You know, the guy actually has a playoff appearance on his resume. You know, and in today's NFL, that's a big thing. Guy actually has a playoff appearance on his resume. You know, and
I'm sorry, that was I got caught up on the wrong screen. You know, Jeff, I couldn't agree more. You know, again, we've talked about this to ad nauseum. Teams just don't have patience. You know, there's a lot of quarterbacks whose first 3-4 years in the league back in the day weren't great, and they got another opportunity to show what they had, what they had, and went on to great careers. But nowadays, you get a year or two, and if you don't show something, they're ready to feed you to the wolves.
Well, more often than not.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happens. Like, look,
coaches and quarterbacks.
Yeah, but more so quarterbacks. It seems at least the coach be like, well, the quarterback wasn't that good, so the coach gets an extra year out of it. Actually, has a playoff appearance. Coach be like, well, the quarterback wasn't that good.
What the hell? Come on,
so
guys.
The coach gets an extra year out of it.
Oh, it's not me. That's something. But hold on, let me close this off. All right, now that's it. I just got Facebook for some reason was taking over my page. I don't know why.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, so at least I know we're live. So, but yeah, sorry, man. That's I just shut off Facebook on my computer.
It's just amazing because you know, like when you get a guy like you got a team. Let me back up a little bit. You get a team like the Denver Broncos who went through a quarterback carousel and a half.
Yeah,
trying to replace Elway.
Yeah,
who at this point in time, how long has it been since he's been on the NFL?
20-some
years.
Yeah, 24 years probably. Yeah.
Okay,
98, 99?
98, 99. So that's how long ago that was.
Yeah.
And you know, how many different quarterbacks have started over there? Some of these other teams, what was it, like 30 different quarterbacks started for the Cleveland Browns?
Something like that, yeah.
You know, the numbers are unbelievable that these guys, nobody even gave some of these guys a chance. You know, I remember there was a kid in Washington. What was it? Patrick Ramsey, I think his name was. Do you remember him?
Yeah, I do remember the name. Yeah.
And I remember he was a hot ticket for a brief moment in time. I believe in the early 2000s. And I remember like, the Jets were hoping to get him and a couple other teams were hoping to get him. And then all of a sudden he was like a flash in the pan. He was gone.
It happens. Yeah. I mean, guys down to guys like Bubby Brister and some of those other guys. Yeah.
Bubby Brister was a career backup. You can't really say much about him.
He started for Pittsburgh for a while. Yeah, so you want the quarterbacks who took over for John Elway?
I'm sure it's probably a laundry list, but yeah, let's see who you got.
So you can count it off if you want. I'll give you the different. So 1999 was Brian Griese and Chris Miller.
Okay.
And 2000 was Brian Griese and Gus Frerotte.
So that's 3.
Yep. Again, the same pair in 2001. Brian Griese in 2002, along with Steve Berline.
4.
Okay. In 2003, Jake Plummer.
5.
Danny Cannell,
6,
Jarius Jackson.
7.
Okay, then you got 2 years of Jake Plummer, and then a third year of Jake Plummer and Jay Cutler. So there's what, your fifth or sixth. So you got one.
Yeah, I'm up to like 7 or 8.
Okay, hold on. I'll go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 so far.
Cutler was
Eight. Cutler makes 8. Cutler makes 8.
Cutler was the starter up there for a couple of years, though.
He started in the second part of 2006, 7, and 8.
So,
Okay. So 2008. By 2008, you were 9 guys already.
it's a lot of different
Hey,
people.
they're not done yet. 2009 is Kyle Orton. He makes number 10. Chris Sims got a start. He was 11. Tim Tebow got some starts. He's 12. Peyton and Peyton Manning is 13. Brock Osweiler is 14. Simeon 15. Paxton Lynch 16. Case Keenum 17. Joe Flacco 18. Drew Lock 19. Brandon Allen 20. 21, Jeff Driscoll. 22, Brett Ripien. 23, Philip Lindsay. 24, Teddy Bridgewater. 24 quarterbacks since John Elway retired 25 years ago.
Wow.
Well, let's see. John Elway is 1998. So 23 years ago, 24 quarterbacks.
Damn.
It's a lot of quarterbacks, Jeff.
Some of those guys, I mean, I'm sure that Frank Catalano don't remember some of those guys' names.
Yeah. Bobby,
It's pretty sad.
Bobby won a Super Bowl? Who did Bobby win a Super Bowl with? Bobby Bristol won a Super Bowl? I don't remember that.
I don't remember that. He might have been on a team that won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he might. I want to get the half man on. He's been hanging an awful long time.
Oh, get him on.
Let's get our good buddy.
You know what? Listen, put him up before you pick him up. Is he on?
He's listening to you.
All right. I want him to know that we picked Derek Carr on our team, and I want to hear what his thoughts are about that. So, half man, if you can hear us on our fantasy team, we have Derek Carr.
He's not our starter though.
Not our starter, but that's because we got Herbert, whatever.
Justin
So
Herbert.
I want to see what he has to say about that. So,
All right, well, he hasn't been on in a while. Let's get him on. He's our good buddy, Dom Genta. What's up, Dom?
How you doing, boys?
How are you, Dominic?
I'm doing all right. I'll give you a prediction real quick.
Okay.
34-28 Raiders this week.
34-28 Raiders. Hold on. Let me check.
Devontae Adams, 125 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns.
Jeff, he's saying that the Raiders, the Las Vegas butt wipes, the Raiders, I should say, are playing away, Jeff, to the Los Angeles Chargers.
No, I don't think.
Basically,
I don't think they're gonna have that kind of game, bro. That's big.
that stadium is going to be more Raider fans than Charger fans.
Dom, I gotta tell you, I think the Chargers win huge this week. I think this is double-digit win for the Chargers.
You want to bet dinner on that?
Can you chew dinner?
Dom, I don't like to make bets with family, but I will tell you the Broncos. Yes, I will take you up on that. The Chargers win double digits, and I'll buy you dinner if they don't.
Goodbye.
Oh, fuck Pirates.
There's no way they win by double digits.
Double digits, Dom. Double digits. All I can tell you is I think Justin Herbert's ready to have his breakout season. I think their defense is better. I do believe that the Raiders are a better team this year, and they will be better this year. But this week, double digits, Dom. They will. I think the Chargers are looking to come out and make a statement, Jeff.
I think so. Yeah, I really do. I agree with you on that one.
Both of your opinions on
Pirates.
Thursday night football not being on TV after tonight.
Dom, I hate it. I get it from the NFL standpoint. You're looking to sell as much as you can, get as much money. But I listen.
How much more money do you want if you're the NFL, Tom?
You know what, Dom? I don't know. You know what? Here's the thing. If you had the opportunity to do things like that, you would take every opportunity you could. So it's hard for me to argue with the NFL when they want to go out and make money. But again, same thing with baseball. I hate when the Yankee games are on Amazon. I don't like the streaming service games, but it's what, coming down the line at some point, you're going to see most of your games are going to be this way, and you're going to have to pay per game to watch.
They're phasing cable out.
It's getting ridiculous. Derek Jeter night is tomorrow night. They're on Derek Jeter, and it's not on TV. It's not on the Yes Network.
Yeah,
Yankee Network.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that's I don't think that's a good thing.
It's not, but they want it.
We gotta stop that stuff. Okay, good. I'm sorry. This computer's all over tonight. That's good.
Yeah, I know. But Derek Jeter night also.
Yeah,
that should be on the Yes Network.
Dominic, I couldn't agree with you more. I don't know if this was a preordained game that was going to be. Don't forget this is Yankees and Tampa. So I don't know if this was a game that was already bought out before it was announced. I don't know.
It's been every Friday night, Tom.
Well, that's that's my point. Well, let me ask you a question. When do you ever remember the Yankees? Think about this. When do you ever remember the Yankees having a day for a player, not on a Sunday?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh no, it was always on a weekend.
Right. So all of a sudden they're going to do Derek Jeter night on a Friday night. I think they're doing
Saturday or Sunday. They used to do that shit.
Yeah, that's always done on a Saturday or Sunday. That's never done on a Friday night or a Thursday night. I believe that this was set up to make this an important game for Amazon. I think I think that was set up that way because I've never seen it. I tell you the truth, I think 99% of them are on Sundays. I mean, they just retired O'Neal's jersey. What was that? That was a Sunday. So to me, this is about marketing. Do I like this in football or baseball or anything else? No, but this is the wave of the future, guys. It's going to be one of these things where you're going to go to Amazon and they're going to say, "What game do you want to watch?" and they're going to charge you $1.99 to watch it. That's the future.
Well, you know what it is, Tom, and Dom, I'm sure you're going to both agree with me on this one. They're phasing out cable. They don't want you to have cable.
Yes.
Cable's a thing of the past.
Absolutely.
All they want you to do is stream all of these services and games
100%.
and movies and everything else. And my wife tells me some of the different channels we have. I don't even know half of them.
Yeah,
it's find this stuff.
Yeah, but Jeff, DirecTV has the rights. I don't know how many more, 2032, I think it is. They're never going to give up the 100% rights.
No, I disagree. I disagree. Listen, as these things become available, I'm telling you, more and more of this stuff is going to be that way.
They may have the rights to it, Dom, but you know what's going to happen? The people aren't going to subscribe to these providers.
Yeah.
And then they're going to get bought out because if they don't get bought out, they're just going to go under. They're going to go out of business. All you need is an internet connection now. You don't need to have a provider.
No, let me tell you something. You don't other than for Wi-Fi. You realistically, if I wanted to get rid of it, cable, I could. I mean, I watch a lot of stuff on Paramount Plus and Netflix and Amazon, and if you think about it, if I paid for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them, it would cost me $90 for the most part or less to have probably everything I watch. But my cable bill, while it's even reduced, I still pay $160 a month.
I wish I paid $160.
Well, I only pay that because my where I live pays the first $100.
Wow.
Yeah, but Tom, I can't get Apple Prime or Amazon on my TV. So how do I get it?
You got to get it on your iPad. You got to get it on your iPad.
Oh no, Tom, Dominic. If you get
watch an iPad that's 3 inches tall to watch a football game.
Well, don't forget. I mean, if you have technology, you can mirror your iPad onto your TV and watch the game on your TV while it's being streamed from your iPad. There are ways to get around it.
But all you got to do is get a Fire Stick, Dom.
Yeah.
Get
get a Roku box like that, like Frankie's. I have the Fire Cube, which I can get all that stuff. But again, see, right now the Amazon is free. I know the Amazon Prime is free to games if you have an account. I don't know. I think the Apple's still free, if I'm not mistaken.
You pay for Apple TV.
Huh?
You pay for Apple TV,
Do
but
you
Dom,
pay for Apple TV?
how old is your TV, Dom?
Not that many years, couple of years. I mean, but
Listen, no offense, but in today's day and age, if your TV is 3-4 years old, it's probably considered ancient.
Yeah, it's the truth.
And you know, by the time you go get a new TV, it's going to have so many different things on it. You're not going to know what to do with it. My wife wanted a 60-inch TV a couple years ago, so we went and got it. So I was like, okay, we'll go get a 60-inch TV.
Right.
Took her a day and a half to set it up. Because by the time she entered in all the information, she's like, what's this? What's that? What's this? What's that? It was a smart TV. And now it's 3-4 years old. I mean, it still looks good and everything else, but forget it.
Jeff, I'm moving for the third time in 6 months.
Wow.
All right, I'm not rich. I'm running out of.
I'm not saying you are, but you know, if you keep moving, you know what's going to happen. Somebody's going to drop that fucking TV, and you'll be getting a new one before you know it.
But Dom, you know what?
If they drop it, then I can go buy a new one.
Yeah.
But if it's still working, I'm going to use it. You know?
No, I don't blame you. I don't.
Yeah,
blame
but guys, I don't think we're that far away from the day when you know, like now on a regular Sunday, I get at least 2 games. I get the Jets, the Giants, and then the 4:00 game. Most Sundays, I usually get games that are in Philly or Pittsburgh, because I get the Pennsylvania stations on my cable. So on a good Sunday, I can get 5 games plus the Sunday night game for free. Just having them on regular. I can't say for free. I pay them for my cable. But I think the day's coming where all of these games will be on these different streaming services, and you won't have the free games, and you'll have to go, you know, to Netflix and see if what games are on that one, or you know, you're gonna have these games all over, and pretty soon playoff games are gonna be there. And I guarantee you, it ain't that far. Maybe it's in the future. The Super Bowl will be on a streaming service one of these days. And you'll have to pay, and you will have to pay.
The Super Bowl going to stream.
And you will have to pay for it. Why? Because, Dom, right now they're giving you, think about this. The Super Bowl is the biggest, every year is the most viewed event of the year, TV show, whatever you want to call it. You get millions of people every year. Right now, they're basically giving it away. I'm telling you, one of these days, they're going to say, they'll start with an alternate viewing of it, and eventually you will have to pay $5.99, $5, $10 to watch the Super Bowl on the streaming service.
When you realize how much money could be raised and made by doing it that way, you're 100% right.
Think about it, Jeff. If you had 20 million, and
right.
it's more than that, 20 million people pay $5 to watch the Super Bowl. Think about it. It's $100 million added to their money, the 32 teams. It just, I'm just saying $5. That's it.
Think of the money that they're making now.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
it's free. And it's free. Think of the money they're making now.
Yeah, Dom.
Tom, what are the bars going to do if they do that?
Pay.
Because the bars can't show it because
they're going to pay. No.
Occupancy and per chair.
You're good. If you're a bar or a business, you're going to pay a fee. They're going to charge you more money, but you're going to pay a fee to have it broadcast into your establishment. Yeah. Listen, Dom, I'm not telling you it's going to happen next year. I'm telling you it's coming down the line. Yeah, and Frank, yes, you're going to have to pay for your. I'm telling you, you're going to have. If you want to watch the AFC East, you're going to have to pay $5 to Amazon. And if you're an NFC guy, you're going to go to Apple TV for your games, and you're going to go on there and you're going to pay X amount of dollars, and you're going to get to watch one game. Or you're going to pay a big money and you're going to pay a streaming service, and you're going to be able to watch whatever games you want. But it's all going to be paid for. But I'm telling you now, in the near future, you're going to hear people start to talk about paying to watch the Super Bowl. Think about it. If they got everybody to pay $10 to watch the Super Bowl, now you think, what's $10? You watch a bullshit fight, you're paying $49.99 on pay-per-view. You're going to pay $10, and then they're going to still charge people to advertise on that. Think about the gold mine that's going to be.
No, Tom, if you think about it, you're paying already to watch the Super Bowl.
Absolutely, 100%.
Who has a regular TV that
Nobody.
doesn't have some kind of cable service or something hooked up to it.
Right,
so
but
you're already paying for the right to get a signal, which you
But
can.
the NFL's not making any extra money. They're already selling it. Let's say the rights to broadcast it to those guys, but they're not charging anything additional just to watch the Super Bowl, right? You're paying a flat fee. You got your box. The NFL's charging the Comcast or whoever to bring the signal in. I'm talking about going out there and taking specific money to stream the Super Bowl. I'm telling you.
I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying without even realizing it, you're paying already because if you want to watch the Super Bowl, you're telling me, come over to my house, we're going to watch the Super Bowl. And you have a cable provider, you're paying the cable provider.
Yeah.
You may not be paying specifically for that game, but you're paying specifically for that cable, that signal to come into your house.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
No, because the TV that's in my dining room, I have just a regular antenna hooked up to it because we just use it for news in the morning.
Right.
And while we're watching dinner, my wife will put it on and we'll watch the news. And we can't even get a signal coming into the house.
Yeah.
Because the thing freezes and everything else. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
So, and she has the Roku, not the Roku, the Fire Stick connected to that.
Right.
And we don't even know how to use half the fucking Fire Stick.
Yeah, again, you know, it's not that difficult. If you spend a few minutes, you can get through YouTube things. I mean, like I said, I have a Fire Cube in one room. I use Amazon Prime. I use Netflix. I use Paramount Plus. They're all free for me. So I use
What's the Fire Cube? I heard the Fire Stick.
Yeah, what is that?
Fire Cube is the same thing as the Roku. It's just a way to stream in. So I can set that up, let's say, on a different channel. So HDMI 1 on my thing is my cable. I go HDMI 2, it's my Fire Cube, and that's where all my different streaming services are. So now if I want to
broadcast to different TVs in the house,
no, it only goes to the TV that's plugged into that I'm aware of.
It can only be one on one. You sure it's not a Fire Stick?
No, it's Fire Cube. Yeah, I have a Fire. I have I still have it someplace. I have a jailbroken Fire Stick, which in the beginning was nice, but to try to watch a movie on there was ridiculous. So I stopped. Well, because it was.
Where do you buy the Fire Cube?
Anywhere you can get it on Amazon. I walked into Best Buy and bought mine. It's like $70-$80, and what it allows you to do is you go on there and you can switch between all the streaming services are there, and it's just easy way to maneuver through. But again, with the streaming service, you have to know what you're looking for. Like certain shows that I watch are on Paramount Plus. Right now there's not a lot.
No, because I had a Roku. I got a. With all the moving, I don't even know if it's in one of my boxes.
Oh,
I don't even know if
I've never used a Roku, but I believe it's the same theory. It's just a way to catch all your streaming services in one spot and maneuver between it. Cube is like this Fire Stick. Yeah, it's similar. Yeah, I would say it's definitely similar. I just happen to like the Cube, but it's like having Amazon, like Alexa. And I could go to Alexa. Please go to the Fire Cube and go to HDMI 2. Please bring up this streaming service. It allows me to talk to it. It's up, Dig, and do it. But I'm telling you guys, in the future, you guys are. Frankie said it. You want to watch all the Denver Bronco games or the New York Jet games or the Giant games or the Raider games. You're going to have to pay a service, and you'll be able to watch those games. But I'm telling you, in the near future, 10 years from now, I guarantee we will be watching.
Dude, 10 years from now, it'll be on to something completely different. It's not going to take 10 years for that to happen.
No, and again,
it'll be watched way sooner.
Yeah, people are going to bitch and complain, but the NFL doesn't care, guys. I mean, look at it. Every Thursday night game is going to be on Amazon. It's not that big a deal, but at the end of the day, most people aren't going to go looking for it. The devoted fans, guys, Jeff, on a Thursday night, Minnesota Vikings and Seattle Seahawks, are you running to go find it on Amazon? You're not.
No, you know why? Because there's so many different channels, I wouldn't be able to find Amazon.
Yeah. And then, and again, but even for myself, if I'm watching, after the shows tonight, I'll go in the Florida room, I'll throw on the TV, and I'll watch the football game. But if I had to go in there and start switching over and get to Amazon, and I'm not, screw it, ain't worth it. It's not a big game. Yeah, I'm going to watch it either way. But, I think at the end of the day, Dom, to answer your question finally is, no, I'm not a fan. I don't like the fact that the Yankees are on Amazon tomorrow night with Derek G tonight. I think it's disgusting that they don't have that on Yes for everybody to watch. So yeah, I agree.
I find it. I think it's disgusting. It's not on 2, 4, 5, 7,
Sure.
9, 11. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, the Yankees don't even have games on Channel 11 anymore. It's over. And that said, that's not on free
Remember
TV.
Monday Night Baseball? They have Monday Night Football. Remember Monday
Yes.
Night Baseball?
Didn't last very long. I think it was like 79, 80, 81.
It was on before that.
Was it that? I remember 79 because when Munson died, I believe that game was played on a Monday night. I want to say what's his name? Keith Jackson was the announcer on that, along with Howard Cosell.
I thought Thurman Munson died on like a Thursday night, and they ended up.
He died on a Thursday, and then they had his funeral. I think it was a month. The game that the Yankees played right after Munson died, the first game was on Monday Night Baseball with.
I remember it was at Yankees.
Bobby Merce had a huge game that night.
Because I remember Reggie Jackson in the outfield crying.
Yes, exactly right. That was a Monday night game, an ABC, I think, Monday night game. So, but Bobby Merce had a huge game. I think he won. He had five or six RBIs.
5 RBIs in that game.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Dom, I know you made your prediction that the Raiders were going to win this week. I don't see it. I think the Chargers win that game easily. But that's just my opinion.
Tom, you should know that Herbert is our starting quarterback.
That's right.
We have Carr on the roster.
Backup, I got you.
Yeah, so we're really hoping that Herbert fucking lights it up.
Oh yeah, we're hoping for 350, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. Yeah. No offense to you and the Raiders.
We're wishing he has a generational game.
How did you get Jeff into fantasy football?
You know, it's funny. I wasn't sure he'd be into it. When Frank Jeffries putting together a league with some of the guys, and they asked me to be part of it, and I was a little reluctant, to be honest with you. I haven't been into doing the fantasy leagues and stuff, but enough guys were doing it, and I said to Jeff, "You want a team?" And he was like, "How about we do one together?" And I said, "You know what? That would be fun." And we've done it together, and we use the show to use it for part of the show, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to doing it together.
Who made most of the picks?
I don't know. I think it was pretty even, right, Jeff? I think it was kind of like, what do you think we need? Who do you like?
We were actually on the show. We didn't broadcast the show, but we used the StreamYard service, and we were talking the whole entire time. So we didn't go in with a list of picks, but what we did is we just waited to see how it unfolded, and we just kind of made our picks from there. Like our first pick was
Joe Mixon, running back from the
running back. And then our next pick, I believe, was Herbert.
Yeah, then we took Herbert and we took Tyreek Hill. Those were our first 3 picks.
Yeah.
All right, how many Jets did you take?
One Jet, no Giants.
No Giants.
No.
What Jet did you allow him to pick?
Oh no, I actually, to be honest with you, I think I talked Jeff into. We took Elijah Moore. We were looking for a receiver. He was highly valued, and we took Elijah Moore to receiver. And I think I had to kind of talk Jeff into taking him.
Really?
Yeah. No, we both went into it saying we're going to take our hearts out of it, and we're going to pick the best players we can get. Right, Jeff?
Listen, when it wasn't many people in this league, it was a 10-team league. And when you don't see many Giants and Jets flying off the board, you can't be the only one taking these people.
Yeah, I would tell you, if I noticed it right there, I know Barkley was the second-round pick of one team. Other than that, I don't think there were many Giants taken.
That's early for him.
Well, to be fair, the guy who took him, he was having some computer problems, and he got auto-picked. So he wound up, his first pick was Jonathan Taylor, and his second pick was based on your highest ranked player, and the computer automatically picked Barkley for him. So, if Barkley comes out and has a good year, it could be a great pick. Right at this point,
anybody that you picked has a great year. It's a great pick.
But we'll see. But so we're doing it together, and we'll have some fun with it, and we'll bring it into the show like we did tonight, and it will. I think
you get your dicks kicked in this week.
Well, I'm sure Frank Jeffrey feels the same way. So I'm sure that's who we're playing. But listen, Don, I love you to death. Congratulations with the new apartment. I hope everything goes really well. I'm glad for you, my brother. And
knock on wood, Tom.
Knock on wood, and don't be a stranger. Love having you every week. It's football season, my brother.
I'll be calling.
All right, pal. Catch up. We'll catch up to you soon, Dom.
I told you later. Later, fat man.
See you later there, half man. The half man.
The half man returns, Jeff. The half man returns. So,
Yeah.
Jeff, let's
get his voice box taken out or something.
Oof, yeah, he's and Don doesn't smoke, so it's really kind
I
of.
guess that fucking must be cheap gin.
It must be. I'm not really sure on that one, but boy, oh boy, Tom's having a rough night with the whatever it is.
Yeah.
How come I don't have the game? Okay, I got to get the game up on the screen. So, Jeff, let's go through the league a little bit. We're going to save for the last few minutes. We'll bring the Buffalo up 7-0 over the Rams in the first quarter. Jeff, let's run through the league. I got the everything mapped out. So, just quick, we'll go through the NFC East, Jeff. Again, another year where who's going to be the guy? Who's going to be the team? Most publications I've read have the Eagles and the Cowboys, either one or two.
Yeah. When did the Eagles make such a leap forward, man? I think have them going as far as the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I saw two guys today in the Post. I think picked them to be in the Super Bowl against the Bills. So yeah. I am not high on them. I don't like their quarterback situation. I think
the thing I read is that the Eagles have a better team all around except for quarterback, and I'm like, when did this happen?
Again, you're talking about last year being the 29th ranked pass rush defense. I'm sorry, pass rush. I'm not buying into it. But again, do I think they can win the East? Yeah, I think theoretically, I don't think the East is a team a league that anybody can't win, a division anybody can't win. I don't put much stock in the Giants or the Communists, but I'm not seeing either one of whether it's Dallas or Philly, with all their issues, being able to have a big season, Jeff.
Not a big season, but listen, 9 wins may win that division.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I'm not putting much stock in that. Jeff, let's move over to the AFC North. I think the Packers' grip on the division. Yeah, AFC North. I'm sorry. The Packers' grip, Jeff, I think is not as tight as it used to be. I think Aaron Rodgers is getting old. They lost their best receiver. And they traded away the best receiver, Devontae Adams, because they didn't want to pay him. A lot of youth on that team, but nobody proven behind them in the division. I think Detroit will be better. I think Minnesota will be better with the new coaching staff, but I don't believe anybody really challenges the Green Bay Packers for the division.
No, I think it's Green Bay's division to lose. As a matter of fact, I see it Green Bay, Minnesota, Lions, Bears, and
I agree with
that the Vikings and Lions flip-flop.
Yeah, I honestly believe that the Bears are going to probably be one of the worst teams in the league this year.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I think there's coaching issues still. I know there's a new staff in there. I don't think anybody's sold on Justin Fields. There's a lot of issues there. So I think the Lions will be better. I don't think you're going to see 10 wins, but I think the Lions will be a better team. They were better last year. I think they'll be better this year.
Justin Fields, real quick. Let's spend a quick second or two on Justin Fields.
Sure.
Is his career over after this year if he doesn't get better quick?
Well, I say the answer is no, because there's so many teams that are still looking for quarterbacks. I know teams have their quarterback, but somebody will try to make a reclamation project. I think the problem he has is history has shown that quarterbacks out of Ohio State University do not project well, and he's falling into that trap right now. So is his career over? No, but I think he'll be going the way of the Mitch Trubisky, maybe a backup on somebody's team with the hope that somebody thinks he's a reclamation project.
Oh, yeah. We will soon see, because I don't think he's going to be the long-term answer.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. again, I think Minnesota by default will be the second best team in that division. I'm just curious to see with now an offensive head coach, and I don't know if does that really matter, Jeff? Like if you're a defensive coordinator someplace and you come onto the team to a team that was bad defensive, are you automatically a better team because your head coach used to be a defensive coordinator?
No, especially since when you look at Matt Patricia, who was a defensive coordinator in New England, went to do his own thing in Detroit, goes back to New England, now he's the offensive side of the ball. So it's like, what's the point of him being a defensive guru if they're going to put him on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah,
I guess it depends. That the best thing to do is to be an all-around knowledge of both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I think if you're a head coach, you need to be the CEO of the company and not be, Rex Ryan, where he didn't give a shit about the offense and he was just going to concentrate on the defense. And listen, the Jets were a better defensive team under Rex. I'll agree. But overall, they were a bad team. I think as a head coach, you can't be a defensive head coach or an offensive head coach. You need to be the coach.
I agree. I could see, defense, if you're a defensive coordinator or defensive-minded coach or whatever, be your forte, then, maybe you may have picked a better defensive coordinator or maybe you're stronger on defense. But, as a head coach, you got to be able to know both sides of the ball. You need to know your team. That's what you need to know.
100%. Jeff and Tom here, Hard Rocket Sports, here every week, every Thursday, 7 to 9:30. And football season back, and that's what this show is built on. We're happy to have everybody here tonight. It's been a busy show. A lot of people checking in with us, which is a lot of fun, Jeff. Have a lot of people stopping by. Again, hey, Jeff, what's ready for the big gig? You got the big show coming up on the 24th, right?
Yeah, well, every time that we go a couple days without talking about it, something new happens.
Oh, boy.
So, with new set lists coming out day after day after day, a whole bunch of different shit. It's just like, you know what? I'm looking forward to the 25th. How's that?
Well, the way we were looking forward to it for you. Guys, thanks for checking in. Hope you guys had a great holiday weekend. And as we kick into the fall, we got lots of football. We're going to talk. We're going to run through the league, and then we're going to hit the Jets and Giants schedules, and we're going to make all of our picks before we end the show. So hopefully Jets got a little more energy. We go a little longer tonight. So let's run through the NFC South. Jeff, Buccaneers, Tom Brady's back, so they're better. New coaching staff, new head coach, I should say. Offensive line that's in turmoil. Lots of injuries on it. And no Gronk. I know this division is not great. Saints are probably the best team beside them, and they got Jameis Winston, no Sean Payton. Jeff, is Tampa still the cream of the crop?
No, and I'll tell you why. They got a bad offensive line.
Yep.
Okay. Tom Brady, who's evidently pissing his wife off, and they're not talking or living together at this point in time, is what I hear. Okay. So I hope it plays on his mind, and I hope that the thought of going to this next venture in his life plays on his mind. Oh. And I'm hoping that he drops back to pass, and here comes 300 pounds from his blind side and hits him like a fucking train. Derails everything. And then I hope Gisele's standing over him in the hospital and just says, "I told you so."
Well, I would tell you that they're still the best team in that division. By far.
Well, they got a lot of pieces. Ain't there no more time.
I got it, but and again, I don't think they're as good as they used to be. What I'm saying is, who's capable of challenging them?
Saints.
Yeah, I'm not buying it yet. I'd have to see the new coaching staff.
It's definitely not going to be the Panthers, and
right?
It's definitely not going to be the
Falcons. Going to be the worst team in football this year.
But it's going to what do you call it though, man? Wow, holy shit! Saints, yeah. Good thing I smoked so much weed when I was younger. The Saints, you got to think of what Winston did last year with Sean Payton. Yes, granted.
Yep.
In a couple of games, he was having a phenomenal season. And listen, if they guide him the right way and everything, and then he don't get upset because the Saints were looking to get it into the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes, he could come back with a monster year. I mean, 2 years ago, he threw for 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, also 30 interceptions. And then he was having a bit of a comeback year. And let's see what happens this year. but I think that that's the only team in that division that could unseat the Buccaneers. But I just think that there's just too much going on. New coach. I don't think Brady wanted to play for Arians. I think that he wanted to come back and play one more year. I think his wife is giving him shit. I wouldn't be surprised if Brady was to retire in the midst of the year.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't surprise me. That would not, Jeff, that's probably the best prediction so far. I would not be shocked if Tom Brady had some sort of injury or something major and he walked away in the middle of the season. It would not shock me. I'd be surprised, but it would not shock me.
I don't think it's going to even take an injury, bro. I think it's just going to be one of those things where, like, you know what? I can't do this no more. Thank you anyway. Goodbye.
Again, I won't argue that point. I think it's unlikely to happen, but it definitely would not shock me. That's for sure. But again, lots of stuff in that division to talk about, but I still think they're the class, and we'll make our picks for the divisions in a minute. Jeff, in the NFC South to wind up the NFC at this point. Here's the thing: can the Rams rebound?
NFC West, you mean NFC West?
NFC West. I'm sorry, I'm a tough night tonight. The NFC West. Can the Rams repeat? I mean, nobody's done it other than the Patriots in a long time. The rest of the division, a lot of question marks. People have the Cardinals at number 2. I'm not a big believer in Kyler Murray. I know you're more of a fan of Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury, but every year seems to be a real severe drop in the second half. Trey Lance is starting out there with Jimmy Garoppolo peeking over his shoulder, and the Seahawks are tanking. They'll be fighting the Bears for worst team, along with the Atlanta Falcons. Jeff, what's your thoughts on the NFC West?
Well, a lot of different things going on in the NFC West, Tom. You got Matthew Stafford with elbow problems or some shit. He's got a tight elbow or something like that. So you got that to worry about. You got Kyler Murray getting all pissed off and then, scrubbing his social media of Cardinals stuff, and now being back on the Cardinals with a huge contract. Trey Lance, this one is intriguing. A lot of people have the San Francisco 49ers also advancing to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
I don't see it with Trey Lance playing his first year, but I really don't know why so many people are hell bent on saying that they have a chance. Some people even have them picked to win, from what I read.
Yeah.
So I don't think that it's going to be the Rams that easy. I don't think they're another team that don't have certain pieces.
Yes,
that they had last year.
Yeah, I agree.
No more Von Miller, no more. What was that receiver's name? Beckham Jr.
Yeah, he's out for a while. Yeah.
Oh, is he even signed? He's not even signed.
You're right. He's not signed by them. That's right, because he's got the knee injury. Nobody's got him signed.
Yeah, so he's not even playing with anybody as of yet. So it's there's a lot going on. There's no guarantee that they're going to win. So out of all of those other teams, I would have to give the nod to the 49ers.
I would tell you, you're probably right. Yeah, I think that division's a wide open division, and I would agree with you that the likelihood, I think they have the best defense. I think the 49ers are probably going to steal that division this year.
It's possible, but we will find out sooner or later.
Absolutely. Again, Jeff and Tom still working it out through the NFL. Jeff, the beloved AFC East, one of the more complex divisions to figure out for me this year. I don't know who's better. I don't know who's worse. Buffalo should be the class of the league and not just the division. So I'm going to put Buffalo at the top. After that, you can have any one of these teams in any one of these positions. I think the Jets can wind up in third place. I'm not enamored with Miami, even though I think Miami got better with, Tyreek Hill and some of the moves they made. But they're still, same as the Philly. How well is Tua play this year? The Patriots, I love the way the Patriots played last year, but I've seen nothing but people talking about how their offense is completely regressed with the new play callers. The guy you brought up before, Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. I don't know how to read, and the Jets. I don't know how to read this division, Jeff.
The Jets could finish anywhere from second or fourth without a doubt.
Yeah,
all of those teams could finish second or fourth. But I hear a lot of bad things about the Patriots too.
Yeah,
that they're not what they once were last year.
Yeah, agreed.
It makes you wonder, is Belichick going to retire because of it? So I guess time will tell as far as that goes. As far as the Dolphins go, yeah, this is a big year for Tua.
Oh, yeah.
I can't understand. You know, the guy had an injury a couple years ago, and it's like, you know, that he was drafted high, and then it's like nobody wants to, you know, say anything about this kid good. It's like they want him to fail so they go on to the next because he didn't throw for 9,000 yards in his first season. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be Buffalo and then the arrangement of anybody else.
Yeah, I agree. I really don't have. Again, if I was picking it, I'm going to give the Patriots second, only because of their history. But you're right. I could see anybody finishing second through fourth in this division because I just don't know how good these teams are going to be.
No.
Jeff, the AFC North now, another tough division to figure out. I don't know if all these teams are going to be good, if three of them are going to be bad. I have no idea, but I do think the Bengals are still the best team. I think they've tried to fix their biggest hole, which was the offensive line. I think Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and that crowd has another year, and they're better. I think they'll be the class of the division. After that, boy, again, I think the Browns I'll take out of it because Jacoby Brissett for 11 games, and then they're going to try to probably put Deshaun Watson in. I think that'll blow up on them this year. So I think it's a fight between the Ravens and the Steelers. I'll probably give the Ravens the lead in this division as far as coming in second because they have a stable quarterback who can play during the regular season. So again, Steelers an interesting. Trubisky got named the captain. He's a starter. I don't know how long he's going to be there. I would imagine if they get to a slow start, you'll see Kenny Pickett pretty quick.
Yeah, I got to agree with you on that one. I think Pickett's going to be the starter before the season's over. I'm actually surprised that they did that to Trubisky.
Yeah.
But when I mean did that to Trubisky, called him, made him the starter and, made him a captain. I just don't understand that.
Yeah.
I just think they did that for now so that they could say that they have a direction. But I really don't think that's the person they wanted to win the starter job anyway, to be honest with you. I just think that maybe Pickett just wasn't ready for it yet. And they gave it to Trubisky. But we will find that out sooner or later. But I bet you by the end of the season, it's going to be Trubisky riding the bench.
Yep, I would agree with that. Jeff, let's move over to the AFC South. I think there's another chance for this to be one of the worst divisions in football this year. The Colts should be better because they've got a reasonable facsimile of a quarterback in Matt Ryan. I think that the trade-off between Ryan and Carson Wentz is night and day. If Jonathan Taylor plays the way he did last year, if they play defensively, they'll easily win their division. For the rest of the division, I think the Titans are going to take a huge step back. I think Derrick Henry is not going to be the same player this year. And I think Tannehill comes back to earth. The Jaguars, I think they'll be better under Peterson than they were obviously under Urban Meyer. But there's still a long way to go in that team. And the Texans are going to be bad. I don't see it any other way.
I could see that.
So, I'll say Colts and Titans and Jaguars. There'll be one team in the playoffs out of this division. No wild cards in this division.
Yeah, I don't see that either. I think it's the Colts to win. The other teams just aren't good enough to challenge.
Louis, I agree with you. I think Ryan has a good year. I don't think he needs to be great. I think he just needs to be good. I think you'll get a steady diet of Jonathan Taylor, and then he just got to make some plays and not screw it up. So a fumble from Buffalo, and the Rams have the ball in LA territory. 13 minutes left in the second quarter, and our running back Jeff, who we didn't play tonight, thank God, James Cook did the fumbling. So we would have lost a couple points right there.
Nice. Louis Pica, I don't think that the Chargers are a Super Bowl long shot, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think as far as the three big teams in the AFC this year have to be the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Bills, and then everybody else. Maybe the Broncos, but there's a wild card. But I think that the AFC Championships game is going to be Bills, Chargers, Chiefs, Chargers, something of that nature. Probably Bills, Chargers.
Yeah, I don't think Chargers are a long shot this year. I think they have a legit chance, and probably one of the top 3-4 teams in the entire league. I would say top 3 for sure.
I don't know about top 3, but
Well, think about it. Let's say they were third. Buffalo, Kansas City. I think Kansas City takes a step back, and then the Chargers after that. Cincinnati, maybe I could put Cincinnati maybe ahead of them. Maybe who else could you put ahead of the Chargers at this point?
Well, I don't know about Cincinnati. I don't think I would take Cincinnati ahead of them, but I'm thinking of grouping in the NFC teams. And to tell you the truth,
it's different. Okay.
It's really. I don't know. I mean, is the best NFC team as good as the second-tier AFC team?
That's a great question. I say the answer is no.
I mean, like if you think the top three teams in the AFC, Chargers, Chiefs, Bills, okay, and maybe the Broncos. I'm not even going to say Colts because I'll put them in
I think you're giving Broncos too much credit, but go ahead if you want to put
the Broncos. I'm giving the Broncos a nod. Just because there's 4 divisions, that's 3 teams out of 1 division. But I just, I think that those are the 3, some of the best teams in the AFC. I don't think that you could put in an NFC team, maybe Green Bay, but they got questions at receiver.
No, I don't think you can. I think if you rank the top teams in the league, and again, this is really not a major order right now, but I would tell you, it's Buffalo, the Chargers, Cincinnati. I'll say Kansas City, make that 3, and then I would go to Tampa and Green Bay. Other than that, in the NFC, I'm not putting any in an NFC team.
Cincinnati has to have another big year.
Yes, I agree.
For me to put them up that high. As far as Tampa Bay goes, right now, I'm seriously Tampa Bay. I think you're just looking at them and they're just going tick, 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 tick. Just waiting to go boom. And it's just a matter of time before they implode with no offensive line, whatever the fuck is going on in Brady's life and everything else, to change a coach. I don't think this is going to be a team that's going to be built for the long haul. I just don't see it.
No, Jeff, I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just saying is, okay, let's take Tampa out of it. We'll leave Green Bay in it. Who's the next best team in the NFC? The 49ers? Who's, I'm saying, like, can you right now tell me that you have 4 teams that you could say are guaranteed playoff teams in the NFC? In the NFC only.
In the NFC only?
Yeah. Guaranteed. Can't possibly lose their division.
Green Bay.
Okay.
If I had to pick 4 teams right now, I would go Green Bay, Los Angeles.
Okay.
Green Bay, Los Angeles, New Orleans, and Dallas.
I think you're but again, are those teams that you guarantee no chance that they could? I disagree. Like, I think those teams
they're going to win the Super Bowl.
No. I'm not saying any teams win the Super Bowl. I'm just saying is I can't guarantee that the Saints are going to. I couldn't possibly go out there and put money down and say that the Saints are going to definitely make the playoffs this year. I just saying. Here's what I'll say. Buffalo's making the playoffs this year. Chargers are making the playoffs this year. The Chiefs are making the playoffs this year. I can easily say that. In the NFC, I'll say Green Bay's making the playoffs. I think Tampa's making the playoffs. The Rams are making the playoffs. Who else is that team that they're making the playoffs? There's no doubt in my mind. That's the problem I would have after 3.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I know what you're saying. I hear you, but listen. In essence, 6 teams are going to make the playoffs? 5 or 6 teams?
7 teams. 7 teams. Yep.
It is what it is.
4 division winners and 3 wild cards.
Yeah.
A lot of teams. All right. But Jeff, let's finish up with the AFC South. I think we both agree the Chargers are the best team by far in that division.
AFC West.
The AFC West, if I said something different, I apologize. The Raiders, Chiefs, and Broncos, the Post has that. The Raiders actually a better team than the Chiefs this year. I kind of have a hard time believing. I still think Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid become the second best team in that division and possibly a wild card. But it wouldn't shock me if our boy Derek Carr and Devontae Adams and that crew sneak in there for a playoff spot.
Excuse me. I think it's hard to really say because that's a team where all the wild cards could possibly come out of that division.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, sure.
With I got to stick with Kansas. Me personally, Kansas City is the division winner. Okay, and then because Los Angeles, the Chargers haven't made the Super playoffs yet with Herbert.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
they still have to make the playoffs. Now Russell Wilson switching teams. Derek Carr, he's made the playoffs before, but he hasn't done much the last couple of years. But they play solid. And after last year, they had a lot of diversity, and they played solid, the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why a lot of people are giving them so much. But I wouldn't even try. I couldn't even try to pick a division winner. But if I had to, I would definitely say Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to give you a chance to do the whole thing because right now we're going to make our picks for the leagues, conference winners, and then, of course, Super Bowl winners. So, Jeff, put your thinking cap on. Jeff, who's winning the AFC East?
Well, hold on. Let me put my thinking cap on.
There it is. Here it comes. There's the thinking cap. And Louis, I like that 12-1. I have high hopes for the Chargers this year. All right. So, Jeff, give me your AFC East winner.
Buffalo Bills.
Okay, I'm taking the Bills as well. We're going to see how we do this year. I'm going to put this on an Excel spreadsheet. We'll track it during the year. Jeff, who wins the AFC South this year?
AFC South, the Colts.
I'm with you. So far, we're in lockstep. Jeff, we're going to take it to the AFC North with Cincinnati and Cleveland and Pittsburgh and the Ravens. Where are you leaning?
Man, very undecided about this one, but you got to pick a winner. I'm going to go Cincinnati by a hair.
Okay. So far, we're 3 for 3. I don't think it's that hard to pick. The AFC West, Jeff, you just took the Chiefs, so you're going to stick with that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is where we'll differ. I'm going to take the Chargers. I believe the Chargers already. I think their defense is better. I think this team is going to be better. And I think Justin Herbert, with another year on his belt, is going to be a very good team. So I'll switch. We're going to switch off there. Jeff, let's turn our attention to the NFC and the NFC East. Jeff, who's your pick to win the NFC East?
I got to go Cowboys.
I almost want to take myself out of this. I have no idea who's going to win it. To be honest with you, I guess I just can't pick those teams. I'm picking the Giants. I'll take the loss. I'm picking the Giants. I can't pick the Cowboys or the Eagles, so can't do it. The NFC South, Jeff, with Tampa and the Saints, the Panthers, and the Falcons. Which way are you going?
I gotta go Saints.
Okay, Jeff got a lot of faith in the Saints. I do not. Jeff, the North with the improving Lions and deproving Bears. Of course, the Packers and the Vikings. Jeff, who do you like in the NFC North?
I got to go to Green Bay Packers.
I'm with you on that. And in the West, Jeff, in the NFC West, where would you be leaning?
Rams, but I'm not 100% behind them, but I got to go Rams.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna take the 49ers here because I don't believe in I believe in the curse. And teams that make and win the playoff they struggle mightily the next season. So I'm going to go 49ers on that. Jeff, who wins the AFC conference? What is the AFC championship game?
Oh, man. I got to go Buffalo and San Diego.
Okay, Buffalo and the Chargers, which is actually the LA Chargers now. I do the same thing.
Yeah,
I am going the same exact game. I think it's Bills, Chargers. In the NFC, Jeff, which way? What do you got?
NFC, say Green Bay and Green Bay and I don't know. It's hard.
You're going Rams. You're going Saints.
I have to go Rams. Green Bay and Rams.
Okay, I'm going to go. I think Tampa Tom finds a way. Tampa Tom and I think the Packers. I'm going Tampa and the Packers for one final time with Brady and Rodgers. Okay, Jeff, who's in the Super Bowl?
Buffalo and the Rams.
Bills, Rams. I like Bills and Bucks. And I'm taking the Bills to win it all.
Yeah, I could go with that too.
Okay, that's our picks for the season. Again, guys, thanks for tuning in. We got a couple more minutes. I think we're running out of steam, but so far, Yankees tied 2-2. About to roll foul. 7th inning, and the football game for you guys out there who are paying attention or aren't paying attention to the game. It was 7-0 a minute or two ago. I turned it off, so I just put it back on. Stay tuned. We'll get right back to that. We haven't picked for wild cards for fun, but you know what? I'll indulge a little. I will tell you my NFC wild card picks. Let's see. Nobody in the East is getting it. I'm gonna say the West in the NFC North. I don't see a team getting it. The South, nobody. I'm gonna say, boy, can all the pick? No, this is a tough one. I'm gonna have to go backwards on this. Think about this for a second.
Somebody's gonna have to pick it.
Yeah,
get in a different division, bro.
All right, so I'm gonna say, Giants win the division. I'm gonna say the Cowboys are getting one wild card. I'm going to say the Saints are going to get a wild card, and then probably I picked the 49ers, so I'm going to say the Rams. So I'm going Cowboys, Saints, and Rams as my wild card in the NFC. And in the AFC, I'm going to say it's going to be I'm going to say Pittsburgh finds a way to get a wild card. I think you're going to get the Chiefs and the Raiders in the West. Those are my wild card teams. Jeff, you want to venture some wild card picks, or
I'll take a wild card pick. I think in the AFC, you're going to see wild card of the Chargers, Broncos, and geez, man, wow.
Tough.
I don't know. I'm going to have to go Raiders. I'm going to say the whole AFC West is going.
Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't argue that one. And in the NFC,
I would say Philly.
Okay.
Vikings.
Okay, I agree with that. Go ahead.
And the Niners.
Okay, so there you go, Lou. There's our wild card picks right down to the Super Bowl. And Jeff, just to finish it off tonight, I want to run through the Jets and Giants schedules, and let's get our picks for wins and losses for the season. All right, and we'll end it on that.
Okie dokie.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to give you the Giants schedule first. Okay, so Jeff, Giants open up this Sunday on the road in Tennessee. You get win or loss?
I think they may win against Tennessee. Tennessee seems to have some problems this year. Maybe not the same team they were last year. I'm going to go with the Giants.
Okay, I'm just waiting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to do this 13, 14, 15, and 16, 17, and 18 games. Okay, so Jeff, you have them week 1 as a win?
Yeah.
Okay, we both have a win. Jeff, week 2 for the Giants has them at home to the Panthers.
Win, unfortunately.
Okay, Giants could be 2-0 in Jeff's world. Mine too. Week 3 at home to the Cowboys on a Sunday night.
Big L.
All right, I'm going to go big L on that as well. Giants do not play well on Sunday nights, but I do have some good hopes for them. Okay, week 4.
Thank God People's on Sunday night.
Say again?
Thank God Swamp People's on Sunday night. That's all I'm saying.
Week 4, the Giants are home 3 straight weeks for the Bears. I love the Giants in this game.
I'm going to say Bears get on track.
Oh, boy. Wow. Okay. I gotta switch this to Jeff. Oh, this is Jeff, and this is me. Okay. The next week is Giants Packers from London.
I gotta go Packers.
All right, going lost. I'm gonna go lost there as well. Jeff, the following week the Giants come home and they play the Ravens.
I think they're gonna have problems with the Ravens.
All right, so Jeff's giving them a loss. After that, they go on the road to Jacksonville.
Oh, man. I think Jacksonville's going to be a little bit better this year than people give them credit for, but I think the Giants are going to edge it out.
Okay, there you go. Look at that. They go back on the road again on the for a 4:25 game in Seattle.
I don't think they're going to beat the Seahawks.
Okay,
I think it's going to be a a garbage game.
After a bye week, the Giants are home to the Texans.
I think they beat the Texans personally.
Okay. Again, staying home, and they are the Sunday before Thanksgiving, home to the Lions, where Dan Campbell might bite their knees off.
It's possible. But, I think the Lions, man, I got to give it to the Lions. I think they're going to be a hard team.
All right, listen, I got you. A Thursday night Thanksgiving throwdown with the Cowboys.
I got to go Cowboys again, man.
Okay, Jeff's going Cowboys. I have to give them a loss. I do not believe they'll win that game. Jeff, their first meeting at home with the Communists.
At home?
Yep, Giants are home.
Yeah, I think that the Redskins are going to win.
Wow. Okay. Well, look at you. Again, staying home to the Eagles.
If the Eagles are a different team this year, I'm going to have to say Eagles, man. A lot of people are standing behind the Eagles. I'm going to stand behind them too.
All right. The Giants on the road traveling to play the Communists in Washington, D.C.
They're going to split.
Okay. So you're giving them a win in this one.
Well, however it works out.
I got it. You got the split. Okay. Then they're on the road to the Vikings.
Vikings.
Okay. Finishing up with the last two games, one of them being home to the Colts.
Colts.
All right. And then finally at Philly to close out the season.
I think a split.
Okay. So we give them the Giants a win there. So, Jeff, you have given the Giants 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. So you have the Giants going 6-11. I have the Giants going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have given the Giants 9 wins this year. 9-8 record for the New York Giants, which I would take in a heartbeat. All right, so we disagree by a couple of games, but that's by the way, Buffalo up 10-0 with about 4 minutes left in the quarter. The Rams have not put much together in the way of offense here, so could be a long night, could be a long season. I haven't seen much of Matthew Stafford throwing the football, so we'll have to pay a little more attention.
Got a bad fucking elbow. Of course, he ain't throwing the ball.
Yeah, let's move on to the AFC beloved Jets. Jeff, let's run through the Jets schedule real fast. You ready?
Yep. Let's
now again, the next first 3 games are all with Joe Flacco, but they're opening at home this Sunday, September 11th. The Jets have the Ravens.
Loss.
At the Browns the following week.
They're going to win.
Okay. I'm actually with you on that one. At home to Cincinnati on the 3 weeks, the third week.
Think they're going to win.
Wow. Look at you. You got the Jets 2-1 on the Joe Flacco. All right. Then they go on the road and play the Steelers after that.
The Steelers are going to be a funny team this year. I don't know if they know what they're doing. I'm going to go Steelers are going to win this one, though.
Okay. At home to the Dolphins.
They're going to split with the Dolphins.
So which one? Are they getting this one or not?
It doesn't matter. Put them down as a W for this one and L for the next one.
I'm going to say loss. Jeff's got to win. At the Packers.
They're going to lose.
At the Broncos.
Man, I'm going to say Lewis. They're going to lose.
Home to the Patriots.
They're going to win.
Okay. Home to the Bills.
Lose.
After a bye week at the Patriots.
They're going to win.
I'm with you on that one.
You're taking 2 from New England this year.
Jets at home to the Bears.
They're going to win.
I got the same thing. At the Vikings.
I'm going to go Vikings only because of Kirk Cousins.
At the Bills.
They're going to lose.
Home to the Lions.
Win.
Home to the Jaguars.
Win.
Okay. Last 2 games of the season. At the Seahawks.
Win.
And you wanted to split, so they're going to get lost at the last game of the season to the Miami Dolphins. So Jeff's going to have a loss there and a loss there. Okay, so Jeff, you have the Jets going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins for the Jets this year. You really want to think about that for a second?
Nothing to think about, man, other than 9 wins.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say 5 wins. I have the Jets going 5-12 this year, which I think is very realistic. Very realistic. But we'll see. Listen, I'm going to put this all on an Excel spreadsheet, and I will save it. And at points during the season, we will take a look and see how we did. So we'll have some fun with that along the way. Jeff, I will start to bring the show to an end. I'll thank everybody who paid attention. A lot of people paid attention to us, Jeff. The board was full tonight.
Yeah, I see that, man.
That's always a pleasure.
Carmine going off.
Oh yes, well, terrific having having Dr. Thumb Chaser pop back up on the show. Good having the half man back. And I couldn't really tell, was the half man semi in the bag, fully in the bag? Was he clean tonight? Was the voice throwing you off a little bit? How do you play it out?
I think he was in the bag, inside of a bag, inside of another bag, inside of a can.
A very small can. So,
matter of fact, I want to say
that's the can. By the way, we hit him with two Bud Pirates that stopped him dead in his tracks.
It's like how to stop a charging rhino. You just go Bud Pirates, and then he's like, did I just hear that? It's great.
I think at this point he just ignore us and keep going, but whatever. But thanks to Dom.
Throws him off. It's great.
It does throw him off. Thanks to Dom. Again, thanks to Carmine. Thanks to my dad for checking in like he does every week. Of course, thanks to all the guys who support our show. We really, really do appreciate. Nice throw by Matthew Stafford to Cooper Kupp for an apparent touchdown. It will be reviewed, but a very nice throw, timing route into the corner. Again, thanks to everybody who paid attention on Facebook and on the show's comments. We love having everybody pipe in. So thank you all for choosing to spend a little time with us tonight. Hope you guys have a great night and a great weekend. The weather's changing a little bit, so dress a little warm. And yes, that is a touchdown, folks. Should be no doubt in the books. That'll be 10-7, getting close to the 2-minute warning. We're at 3 minutes exactly. So again, Jeff, it was a lot of fun, man. This was a good show.
Always is, man. Always is.
I'll give you the final word, Hefe. What you got?
Work tomorrow.
Oh, you working tomorrow?
Yeah, it sucks.
Cover for your boss?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I feel your pain. I will be heading out of the house in a few hours on my normal day. So, again, guys. No. I had two Fridays in a row and 3 straight 4-day weeks. All that's coming to an end. This is my 4-day week with the holiday Monday. But I will be working tomorrow, and then next week is a full regular week, man. Back to it. Back to the grind, my friend. Back to the grind. But we do have Thursday nights here. And, of course, remember us on Sundays. Right now, I think we're going to be doing it this Sunday, the Sunday Audible show. Until Jeff is changing his schedule around, we'll just do Sundays. And when Jeff can get Saturdays off again, we'll bring the show back to Saturdays. But for now, you can certainly catch myself, maybe Jeff, John Marhefka, and, of course, our buddy Rafael Esparza on the Sunday Audible show. Make sure you go to SundayAudible.com to learn more about that episode and all the episodes of the show. And, of course, to catch your link to buy your NFL apparel. So stay tuned for more on the Sunday Audible show. But either way, come on back next week when Jeff and I get to do this all over again and we break down the first week 1 of the NFL. And, of course, we will stay up on the Aaron Judge chase for immortality each week. So for Jeff Towinski, myself, and everybody here at the Hard Rock Sports Show, thanks for tuning in. Have a great night, great weekend, and a great week. We'll see you here next Thursday. Hefe, thanks, pal.
Later, man.
Catch you later.
Bye.